Hey guys, this is my house.
It's pretty
nice.
shit. It's pretty shit.
No, it's so
house.
nice.
I was being polite when I walked in, but I was like, now that I'm here, I'm like, I can be real with you. Shit house.
Well, you're not a cat guy, so you're being like constantly. You're taking you're taking
chip
Scarlet
damage.
Rock, but it's like yeah.
I had to take like an antihistamine as soon as I got in the door because I was like, what?
I got up early. I vacuumed. I've got the purifiers running.
To be fair, no, honestly, it's a really lovely house.
Thank you.
It's beautiful.
But it is a
like,
gamer house.
You reckon? I
In a
reckon,
good way.
look, if I
It's
walked into
an
this
ideal
house,
game.
No.
No.
So hang on. Funny story. I was decorating and I have a lot of prints and tchotchkes and whatever. And I was putting up a gallery wall that I'm not happy with. Don't
Don't judge it. Yeah,
judge
it's
that
work in
one. It's
progress.
a work in progress.
Yeah.
And I was hanging up stuff and my friend, who will remain nameless, Lucy, not me, other one, she went, Luce, you can't have any virgin stuff hanging in the
Okay.
hallway of the house.
And when she says
deliberately called
virgin,
it virgin stuff.
and she's saying gamers, she's usually using virgin as an analogous to gamers, isn't
yes.
she?
And I was like,
That's not okay.
well,
Our audience would not appreciate
no. And I was like, fine. But I did sneak in 2 Lord of the Rings prints. So, but they're not immediately obvious. So,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm just going, I don't care.
that. All I see here is you can't see it, but there's a PlayStation and a Switch. There's a PC next to the TV. Other than that,
There's a Mass Effect soundtrack.
Mass Effect.
okay, no, you're right. Now that I'm seeing this angle, I'm
Yeah,
seeing
there's a
other
lot,
things.
yeah.
I was seeing the Mass
True.
Effect Shadow of the Colossus Persona and then
Okay,
a
okay, I agree
JoJo,
with that.
and then a
A gamer
JoJo
house.
OST.
Okay, sure, but you don't have any statues. That's one
That's
thing.
No,
true.
the statues are all relegated to the office.
There you go,
They're all
see?
in the background.
You need like
of
a
my
weird
shot.
guy like right here. You need like a big like Tifa from Final Fantasy or
Yeah.
something like right on your coffee table.
Instead, I have this
Tifa mouse pad.
rubber. Instead, I have this rubber plant that my cats keep knocking over.
There you go. You're doing your
And
best.
wait, a YouTube gaming coaster.
Excellent.
Shout out to YouTube Gaming.
Thank you, YouTube Gaming.
Yeah,
we
thank
remember
you,
when
YouTube
you still
Gaming.
existed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks
That
for
was
the
a-
shirts.
That was a great program you had for a while.
Oh, I got a great hoodie from
Yeah,
them.
the hood.
actually.
Oh, I have a hoodie that I have a
Ooh.
Tron hoodie
They
from
had
them.
some sick
It
jackets.
freaking
they
lights
offered.
up.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks,
That's it.
YouTube Gaming.
Anyway, that's my house.
Yeah, how are you guys doing?
Good. I'm tired.
I'm sad
Sad? Why sad?
about Brittany. Have you guys seen this?
What?
Brittany got arrested.
Britney
Spears.
Spears? What?
She got a DWI.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn, man.
Yeah.
So
That's bad.
That's been top of
Is
mind.
that really, that's
Yeah.
top of mind for you this
Yeah.
week in GDC? Is this
Yeah.
really what you've been thinking about, right? You've been
Yeah.
here with all your friends, latest games in the industry, speaking directly to developers. But how are you, Jake? I'm sad. Britney
Britney
got
Spears.
arrested.
I mean, yeah,
Sure.
not to,
Okay, man.
the whole
Okay.
Britney stuff is just incredibly sad. She made incredible music, and I just want her to live
Yeah.
Happy
a
life.
happy, drama-free life. So I hope
totally
she
agree.
gets the help she needs, and not from her fucking parents. My God.
Good luck. But we're here at GDC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. It is the last day, so Jake's heading out to the airport after this. I'm gonna head to bed
Bed?
after this.
Nice.
Good
for you.
And I've got a 15-hour flight home.
Yeah.
But it's worth
Great.
it to be together like this.
It is nice,
honestly.
actually.
Yeah,
There's
I
nothing
honestly
better than
wasn't
an
sure if we
in-person.
would do the in-person.
Yeah.
But
Well,
it wasn't
'cause-
like because I wasn't sure if you guys were definitely coming.
For
but
sure.
Yeah.
You, Ralph, and I basically like strong armed
Can I-
Jake and
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Can I be
True.
honest too? Like GDC, I've never went. I wanted to like check it off the list, but like a big part, I was like also like
Yeah, for
see
sure.
you guys. You know,
That's it. We
I
only
know
get,
you
like-
only come so often, so
For
like
sure.
Yeah.
you know,
That's
I'm,
true.
I'm
that's
saying
true.
I came for you.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that wording. So
That's why I put you guys on the couch together.
That's right. So, but it's actually our first GDC. You've been to many of them before.
Yes. I
So-
mean, actually, it's rare though that like this is the second time I've lived in the Bay Area, have a GDC pass, and haven't actually been to the show floor.
Mm.
Just
Okay.
'cause
The show
it's
I
floor
have not been to the
seems-
show floor yet. It's Friday, by the way.
Yeah.
I have not, because
Yeah.
I've been in so many meetings.
and then mostly off-site.
Yeah, no, every
Yeah.
meeting is like in a hotel room
Yeah.
somewhere. You know
So
what I
for
mean?
people out there, like the show floor is very much, from what I saw, it's not for us.
No.
It is very much like when you watch the credits of a game, or like when a game starts up and you see all these other little company logos for all these different things that are licensed out.
Middleware.
That's what a lot of this is. So there are booths for sound capture or
sure.
animation rigging and a lot of stuff like
AI
even like
and
back end.
AI.
Yeah, a lot of AI
blockchain.
stuff.
Yeah.
A few years ago, it was all blockchain.
Now it's all AI.
Now it's all
generated
AI.
stuff.
Before
yeah.
that, it was NFTs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's real stuff there too.
There
which
is a lot
nice.
of real stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
the coolest stuff, and this is what I'm sad about because I was on vacation last weekend, is I missed Day of the Devs, which is my favorite thing just
That was
in
on the
general in
Sunday,
gaming. That's on the
wasn't it?
Sunday.
Yeah,
Yes,
I missed
yes,
that.
And it's like a public event too, so you have an hour. Press and creators get to go around and like play all the games. And it's Day of the Devs, immaculate curation. You know, a lot of games that you see at Day of the Devs, things like Animal Well, Horses was there last year.
Sure.
Consume Me was part of Day of the Devs in like 2018. And these are the games that very much align with my tastes. And it's just a really fun, chill event. You'd expect nothing less from I'm 8-Bit and Double Fine. And so then there's that. And then there's the other part, which is also on the show floor, which is Alt Control GDC, where it is games solely made with weird controllers.
I've heard of this. Yes.
So there's like a giant pair of scissors, or last year there was a giant cat butt. And I have a video of this. Stu, I'll send it.
Oh, you gotta like give it
well,
rubs,
no. So
right?
it's like a giant cat butt.
Oh, I haven't
and
seen
on
this.
one side, one of you will pat it, and the other side, the other one will pat. So I have a video of me and Ben Starr just like going to town on this cat arse.
Excellent.
So what is that stuff? Those types of weird. There was one where it's like a giant scissor too. Like, so what is that stuff in terms of like the game development world? Like, what does that do? Like, what does that contribute? Is it just for
Fun.
bits?
Joy. No, genuinely, like a lot of it is like students and you know, like in jams and people just have an idea to do something weird and cool in gaming. There was one a couple years ago. I think it was part of Alt Control. It was projecting the game onto pages of a pop-up book.
Oh,
really
that sounds cool.
And so it's just, you know,
awesome.
like a way to take video games and just
do something
tweak
interesting
around
with them
the medium. Just be fun.
Yeah.
Like, don't be shackled by, hey, an Xbox or a PlayStation can't do this.
it's probably
I'll do
how
it. I'll
you
make
get
it.
stuff like the chainsaw controller from back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
just
innovations
something
like
weird.
this. Yeah. for sure.
So yeah, I was sad to miss it, but you went down.
Yeah, it's cool. I also like in terms of like similar to Gamescom, there's a whole area with international game dev. So there's a whole section with like, you know, like I guess like the Italian government partially funded small Italian developers coming here,
Sure.
Pakistan, Poland, I believe I saw. And it's cool to just see like different stuff
Yeah.
going on.
There's always the Wales booth too.
Was there?
Yeah,
How
I
many
love the Wales
studios are in
booth.
Wales? Are there any games that we know
There's
that come
like
out
a
of Wales?
bunch. Like, but yeah, Play for Wales is also Play for Wales. I made that name up. I don't think that's what, but no, the Play for Wales. The Welsh is always there. Like Germany. Like I love it at Gamescom. We just go and it's just
There's a lot
it's
there. It's
crazy.
like one of those
Yeah.
international fairs. Yeah, it's true.
But from people I've spoken to, also, I got to meet a lot of people that watch this podcast, which is always cool.
Yeah, me too.
And it was like it's very interesting because they work in the industry, so I was able to pick some people's brains and stuff like that. And I met a lot of people that were here as students. A couple of people here that were looking for new jobs.
Yeah.
Some people looking for like funding for their game or some partnerships for their games. So it's cool. It's definitely like a totally different world.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, selfishly for me, it's a one that's in San Francisco, so it's just nice for people to come here.
Of course.
San Francisco's got a lot of problems, and one of the things I really, you know, it's hard when people come to your town and just like this sucks. And we have a lot of problems, I know, but it's like it's nice when people just get together and just enjoy it and find like nice places.
I've heard the stuff about San Francisco, and like I don't know. So far, it's been fine for me personally. I haven't had any crazy things happen, except last night when I was walking home. I was walking home at like 1 a.m. and like this pickup truck came up next to me with like these two girls in it, and they're like, "Hey, you want to come party?" And I'm like, no. Are you going to steal my fucking kidneys or some shit? Like, what the fuck is this?
There's that nice San Francisco spirit. Like, you know, just no.
That was the craziest thing that's happened to me
That
so
sounds
far.
so amazing. That sounds like a story a 20-year-old would make up.
The only other time this has happened to me was when I was like 20 years old.
I swear,
I'm like, what is going on here? You know? So yeah, I was sure there was like some dude waiting in the back with like a syringe.
So
that pickup truck.
So how about for you though? Were you able to like go to any panels or like what is your experience?
No, not
been like?
yet. I mean, I'm actually going to the show after this recording. That is the only time I'll be able to go to talks and go to the show floor because, yeah, as I said, at this point, like I've met with so many people, so many developers and whatever else, but it's all just been behind closed door stuff. You know what I mean?
It's in a hotel room.
Yeah.
The amount of times across GDC, it's like my favorite like weird thing that I enjoy is like standing at the bottom of the elevators because you have to wait for someone to come get you to find out, and you're like,
Oh
I
yeah.
haven't met
Of
this
course.
person before.
Of course.
Yeah. What
And
do
then you
they
have
look
to
like?
do like the badge, like the
You're
subtle
looking
badge.
at a person,
look.
but you're also just kind of looking at their thing.
Yeah.
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 Yep. So
Some people don't even like convention. Like some people are like so past that they don't even care. They just walk up and are immediately just like,
Mhm.
"Hi,
yeah.
okay, nice to meet you." And it's like, wow, all right.
No, I mean, this is a dice story, but I was standing talking to a couple of devs, PR, and Chris Grant, who's like VP
Yeah.
at GameSpot now. We're standing chatting, and the press badge had like a slightly different color, and I just watched someone literally just enter the circle, just like push into the circle, clock everyone's badge, see that Chris's is the media one, and basically I was after Chris, but he was just like nope, and just steamrolled into the conversation.
Really?
And I just looked at Chris and I was like, all right, see ya. I was like, we have an appointment we need to get to. But it was, like AI stuff. And he was like,
It's AI stuff.
yeah.
No, I will say though that it's what I have seen that there's a lot of AI stuff here for sure. Like,
But it's like it's hard parsing out like the bullshit and then like the real stuff. Like where it's just like you press a button and it makes a Mario game.
Yeah.
Versus like actual tool sets.
Yeah, for sure. And but I've seen like talks. I didn't go to them, but like you see so many talks about like using AI in procedural story generation and like all this sort of stuff. And I'm like, I don't know, man. That doesn't sound very good. But I don't know. We'll see, I guess.
Time will tell.
Yeah.
But in terms of seeing games and stuff like that, a lot we can't talk about yet, right? Like
a lot we can't talk about yet. A lot of it's just kind of setting up for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
So
I can talk about Zero Parades.
would love to hear about this.
Yes.
Okay.
So
for people who don't
played-
know, what's the background?
Zero Parades is a new CRPG made by Zaum. Zaum, the studio behind Disco Elysium. It's a very complicated one to talk about, like as I insinuated, I think last time we spoke, where there was a lot of turmoil at Zaum, some key creatives left / were ousted / there's multiple videos from folks like Chris Bratt who's trying to get to the bottom of the messiness that happened at Zaum. However, the studio still exists. A lot of people who were there worked on Disco Elysium, and they have a new game. And there was a Next Fest demo in the last Next Fest, which was the first 2 hours of the game.
Yep.
I then played immediately where it picked up.
Mm.
So I gotta tell you, man, it's fucking great.
Nice.
That's what I've heard.
It's fucking
I've heard,
great.
To hear that from you, that's
Yeah.
good. That's
I've heard
good.
this consistently because, like, obviously it's a very messy situation, and I know
Yeah.
some people don't want to hear about the game because they're like, oh, well, you know, it's whatever else. And I'm like, okay, fair, that's all good. But at the end of the day, like, there is a game in front of us, and it's like, well, what is this video game? And everyone who I speak to who has played it and approaches it in sort of good faith is like, yo, this is actually an excellent video game.
It's got the sauce. So yeah, you play as Herschel Wilkes. You are a spy. You've been put on ice for the last 5 years because you fucked up, and all of the people who you worked with, your friends, their fate, whatever happened to them, is on you. And so you kind of have that disco approach where you have elements of your psyche, your conditioning that talk to you as you interact with the world. You find yourself in Portofino, and you don't know why you're there. You don't really know your assignment. Your handler. So I guess it's like kind of the if in disco you wake up and you're amnesic and you've been drunk, you wake up, your handler is fucking passed out in a certain situation.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And you have to basically just really piece things together. So it's a clever way of getting around the fact that you don't necessarily want to do the amnesic card again. It's like
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
been
of
told.
course.
And so they have the conditioning, which is sort of like the thought cabinet where you internalize thoughts and that impacts you in the gameplay in various ways. And I did one where as I'm walking around, I get these kind of visceral, like 3 a.m, you wake up and you're like, oh, I'm just going to think about going to sleep. Oh my God, this is that thing I said 10 years ago,
That's right.
So Herschel's getting those,
Yeah.
but with flashbacks of her interacting with her old crew.
Yes.
And
That's cool.
I think the thing that sticks out to me the most about Zero Parades is like disco is funny.
Mm.
Zero Parades is really funny.
Really?
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Was it because like disco is very sort of like sardonic humor, like deeply sad situations that kind of are so sad that they come out the other side as funny?
Yes.
So is it like that or not?
Some of it.
Okay.
But
it's
some
also
of it,
more
some
than
of it
that.
is also like the town of Portofino is just filled with, I mean, there's also geopolitical tensions between like the Eastern Bloc and neighboring places, and there's like a blockade to try to stop culture from getting in.
Mm.
And so you have these people. So there's one guy who I was like obsessed with, kept talking about the scene.
Okay.
And he was like obsessed with fashion and the scene and how fashion is a political statement. But he's talking about it and he's like, oh, there's these people from over there and they're wearing like the real shit. And they were blocking off where I was trying to go. And I went up to them And I was trying to talk to them, and I was like, hey, I really like, those specific shoes. And they were just like, no, don't care. So it's like, and then you go back to the other guy, and he's like, yeah, man, that's just the scene. I'm out of the scene because I don't like, it's cool. all these like layered jokes and ridiculous situations. I don't want to spoil it too much because one of the things you have to do after the first couple hours is like, you got to find out what happened to your guy. So you have to find a doctor. That doctor encounter was the funniest thing. Okay. Wow. Like, I will tell you guys off because I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah. Okay.
It's absurd. It's dark. I was having a real blast with it. And I think the thing for me is that like I played the first 2 hours a few weeks ago now, like maybe a couple months ago. And then I played this, and it's like I'm still very much in the phase of the information gathering where I'm, the thing I love about the way that Zaum writes games is that they have this world and it's a well thought out history. There is context, there is slang. And I'm still very much in the, like, what does all this mean again? Like, oh, I remember that, but how does it connect to this? And I'm sort of piecing it together. But the moment to moment conversations, and I was having the worst luck with my checks though. I will say,
I think it's more fun though.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the thing. I was talking to the devs who were there, and like one of the writers was watching me play, and he was like, "You are not having good luck." And the thing is, so the other thing that kind of changes it from Disco is that you have anxiety, fatigue, and delirium, and those things can be impacted by certain things that, like, things that you see, things that you consume, things that people tell you, and so. If those hit a certain point, you're kind of in delirium, you're in fatigue, you're in anxiety, and you can clear it all by going to bed. Normally, I would be the player who is always using consumables to make sure I never hit that. But because the dice were not in my favor, I was having a blast, like playing, for me, the quote wrong way. And I think that is a really special thing that they've managed to nail. They're still very much balancing. They are still very much, like, they had a lot of feedback from the Next Fest demo in particular for balancing, for skill points, for checks, and there are some UI things that they're also finalizing in voiceover. But yeah, to be able to make failure fun, which I know is like a core thing that they're trying to do. Yeah, it's good. I mean, the one thing that sticks out to me is like making failure fun is like there's one check in Disco, like to literally get to the end of the game that I had to save scum.
Right.
And so I hope that there's nothing like that where I'm not going to be locked out of any part. Yeah. And, but no, it's coming along great.
Yeah. Well, there's no date for it, is there?
No date, just this year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely quite high on my list. As I said,
and it's also like 30 to 40 hours. It's big.
Really?
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
it's like 30 hours.
Because Disco...
Or is it 20 to 30? Hang on, I don't want to be misquoted.
Okay. Because Disco was like 15 to 20 kind of thing from memory.
Yeah, zero praises.
Okay, cool. Yeah, no, very high on my list. As I said, everyone I've spoken to just really raves about it. And I do want to check it out for sure.
Definitely check out the demo.
Is it still available, the Next Fest demo? Because I know Next Fest is over.
If you are a developer and you take your demo down after Next Fest, don't.
Yeah, that's messed me. I mean, I get it. Like, there's definitely a tactic to it.
Yeah, there are.
But it does frustrate me because I always, from you, I'm like, oh shit, I got to go check that out. And by the time I get to it, it's too late.
No, it's true. It's true.
There's been a lot of games though.
I will say there was one. So the one event that I made it to was an Xbox hosted event.
ID at Xbox.
So like, this was actually full credit to Xbox for this, by the way. They held an event, which is just like a little bar or whatever, and they just set up like 14 booths of different games you could play, like indie titles. And like Xbox just did this, right? Like they weren't Xbox exclusives.
They do this every year.
Yeah,
that's good.
They do this every year.
Bar.
So it's kind of like, it's just a cool initiative where they're putting their weight behind the indie scene to help games succeed. And like, I don't know, I really respect that a lot.
Yep.
Yeah. It's cool. No one else was doing that here. None of the other platform holders were doing it. Yep. So, for all the shit we say about Xbox, full credit to this, man. Because like, this is a really great initiative and it was a great event and I got to play some really cool games. I got to play, best one I played was actually Screenbound. So you will know this if I showed you a screenshot of it, but it's the one where you're a character in first person holding a Game Boy in front of you.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. And then so you can see the 2D world on the screen of the Game Boy. And so you're moving, but like It's so hard to explain. So basically, like, there are things that are in the world, in the first-person world, that are invisible to you that you can only see by looking at the 2D screen of the Game Boy.
Whoa.
So imagine like a chest that's like in front of you in the 3D world, but you can't see it. It appears on the 2D world, but so if you just like hit the punch button or the activation button or whatever, you will open that chest because of the fact that you could see it on the 2D screen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Hard to piece it together, but very, very cool. It takes a lot of getting used to. I will say that. Like, it really is a big head fuck for quite a while, being like, oh wait, sort of switching between the two and changing perspectives and whatever. And it can also be quite challenging because there are different times when you kind of like dunk your Game Boy into like an arcade machine, and then you go into a straight 2D area that's like some fairly tricky like 2D platforming.
Oh wow.
But the art style is cool. It's funny. It runs beautifully. Just huge amounts of charm. And what got even better actually was, so we've seen the whole sort of 2D thing that they've done, but they revealed during the show that they're actually doing a top-down thing as well.
Oh my
so
God.
classic Zelda. And then, so that means the first-person stuff is no longer platforming. It actually is like a open world adventure game, and they have these big open world levels and like dungeons that kind of feel like Nintendo, like Ocarina of Time style dungeons in terms of their mechanics and whatever else. It was really well done. Like I was playing the first part. I'm like, hey, this is great. And they're like, you haven't seen anything yet. And then the guy took me back around to like the secret, like full build thing that they weren't like letting people play. And that was the top down stuff. And I'm like, whoa, this is crazy. So,
what is it called again exactly?
It's called Screenbound.
Screenbound.
Yeah. And as I said, it popped off immediately as soon as the because there was a GIF on Twitter years ago, and I was speaking to the publisher, and the publisher was like, "We saw that GIF on Twitter, and we immediately emailed them. We're like, we have to be involved in this." And so then the developers like, "Yeah, sure, whatever," and then come on board, and now they're all working together. But it was that kind of thing when you see that image and you see what the promise of it is. You're alive to the possibilities of it, and they've really executed on those possibilities really well. And then to make that then make that jump to like the top down thing was just super inspired. You know?
That's cool.
So
I'm into that.
It was really fun. We had a really good time. What else?
There was Dos Divas was there.
Yes.
That game looks actually like way more involved than I thought. It looks crazy.
Dos Divas is great.
I was watching someone else play it. It's pretty chaotic.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think it was the Next Fest demo, which I really enjoyed. It's like cooking mini games, turn-based, food, family, love, evil corporations, with a particular focus on food. It's great. That's coming out soon. The one I played was, the name, I know it's Fate something.
Fate's End?
Fate's End, which is the new one from Thunder Lotus.
I'm so sad I did not get to play this. I waited in line for half an hour. I was mad.
I camped out, basically.
Yeah, that's what I did too.
No. I was stood. So Thunder Lotus did Spiritfarer.
Yeah.
33 Eternals, was that?
33 Immortals?
Immortals,
yeah.
Yes.
And when I came in, I saw a couple friends and whatever. I was like, what's the game I should check out? Like, what's the game here? And like 3 people said, Fate's End. Go over there.
Yeah, for sure.
So luckily for me, I walk in, all the British people that I know are all standing at Fate's End, standing in one corner, which is classic British fare. So it was like Chris String from the game business, Alex Donaldson from RPG Site. We stood there chatting away, and I was like, this is great. I was there, I think, for about 45 minutes before I could get on that bloody game.
Yeah.
So what it is, how to describe it?
Yeah, it looks weird.
So you basically have to battle or make your siblings. So you basically have this fated thing that is happening to you, like the Princess of Swords, I think the phrase is. And I'm sorry if I'm getting these terms wrong. It was very loud and overwhelming in there. And at one point I had a little disassociate because about 10 people were behind me talking. And I was like, please. Anyway. And basically this is a thing where you're the chosen one in a way and your other siblings are not. And you have to fight them all. However, it's not just, there is like 2D combat. It's very quick. A lot of the character designs are clearly inspired by Castlevania. Like there is one character, your sister. My God, that is an Alucard.
That's cool.
And so there's that element to it. However, there's also a deductive part to it. So your sister has been like, oh no, I've been keeping the castle looking great. you're like, have you? So there's an investigation where you go around and you find pieces and then you kind of put it together and it forms a thought. And so when eventually you fight her using your swords. Oh yeah, and also when you take your sword, you rip your throat out. That's what your sword is.
Yeah.
And she rips her arm off, and that's her sword.
That's
Nice.
cool. That's cool. Where would your sword be? If you were to rip a sword out of your body, where would it be?
If it was my neck.
What's the rating of this podcast?
There we go.
Hey.
There we go.
I was just trying to fun exercise here.
I was like, if I ripped my neck, then I would have a really long sword.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, well, as I said.
Oh my god. All right. Anyway, so then when you fight her, you then have a battle of you have an argument with her.
Oh yeah, I
Okay.
remember seeing this when they revealed it. Yeah.
So
That's right. No, yeah,
you
sure.
argue in the middle of the fight.
Yeah.
It's like you're being like mom.
Yeah, that's right. You're being like
Yeah.
mom. That's right.
You're being like, but that can impact you losing health or her losing
Yeah.
health.
Yeah.
It doesn't tell you which one is which.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
we were playing and Nick from Sant'Albano was like, yeah, there's a good answer, there's a bad answer.
So you kind of have to read the characters and then
Yes.
hope that your assumption is right
Yeah.
when you hit it.
Yeah, and
That's
then
cool.
there's also sort of like a tarot card inspired type thing where it's that's your abilities. You can get a double jump or something where you just ping yourself over. And,
Sure.
so there's a choice in there, and then the other part, which I didn't get to explore really, but I was refreshing my memory with the Steam page, and it's your skill tree is your family tree. So
Mm.
based on how the relationship mending or maybe not mending goes with your family members, that impacts skills that
That's
you
really clever.
get, which is really cool. And it's funny because Spiritfarer is a game all about accepting an end of your life and making sure you have no regrets and all those kind of stuff. Whereas this is a really interesting take on dealing with not inner peace. It's finding peace with your immediate family.
Of course. Which no games really explore that.
And I mean, there's a bunch of sad dad games, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah.
I guess family dynamics are dealt with in that context, but the idea of dealing with a broader family discord,
Mechanically.
Because that's the thing.
you know what I mean?
If you're talking about family trauma, what do you call it?
It's Call of
Not
Duty.
again.
Call of Duty Black Ops 7.
That's right. Totally.
I've got really bad brain fog. It's one of my favorite games. It's the one where all her family members die and you see it through her eyes.
Edith Finch.
Okay,
What
right,
remains
there
of
we
Edith
go.
Finch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oof.
Bro.
Bro.
Shot.
We went to the bar last night and I was like, I'm gonna leave. I'm out of here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
because
leave.
you were out till 2 a.m. the night before, drinking irresponsibly, Lucy.
I was drinking H2O.
Yeah, right. Sure.
And then Alex Jordan texted us and he's like, where are you guys? I'm on the way.
That's right.
And I was like, I will stay as soon as Alex gets here. As soon as he gets here, I'm going. And then he came and we hung out for a bit. And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to bed. And then you guys were like, see you tomorrow. And I was like, don't be early.
We were not early. We were quite late.
Yeah, we were.
That's fine.
But it has been nice to bump into because
So many
we saw
people.
Ben Star, we saw
Saw
Jen
Jen.
English,
I didn't see that.
so Alex
Yeah.
Jordan. Oh, you didn't see them? That's
Ooh.
right. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so Ben and Jen.
As well as many
BAFTA
others.
nominees, Ben and Jen.
Oh, very exciting.
I'm
Good
so
on them.
thrilled for
That's
them.
nice. That's nice.
Yeah, I just saw a bunch of people. That's a really nice thing about a convention, and especially when you just walking around. You
Yeah.
just see a bunch of folks that you know.
Yep.
No,
Jake, did you go to the Xbox event? The Ideal Xbox?
because
no,
he
I did not.
landed.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, you
It
were
was a
late
quick
in.
trip for me.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
true. That's true. So, have you had any hands-on time or any?
Yes.
thing you could, yeah.
About nothing I can talk about.
Oh,
I don't
okay,
think.
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
I've got one I can talk about.
Okay, go on.
Good.
Australian game
Oh.
Okay. It's
called My Arms Are Longer Now.
Oh my god, that game looks so
It
hilarious.
is hilarious.
They just got a new publisher, the
Jackbox.
Jackbox. I know, which is so weird.
So I saw this game again. When I say Day of the Devs, my taste aligns
What the
very strongly with them.
It looks so funny,
What the
man. Okay, just to briefly describe
Yeah.
this game, imagine Hitman style challenges
You're doing a heist.
You're doing a heist, but you're actually just a really long, snaky arm.
Like a weird arm.
Oh, that's
just
really
sort of,
smart.
Yeah,
that's a
they're
fun
just kind
idea.
of like imagine a train carriage where you need to steal someone's bag and you need to kind of like sneak your
maneuver your arm
through
around.
the things and around and whatever else and try and do it's hilarious.
Yeah.
Man.
And so the other level part I saw was like a kid's birthday party.
Okay, nice.
There are parts where you're like,
uh-oh.
some of the stuff is like trip over a child.
Oh,
and so
excellent.
there's a child running back and forth and you can go and hang on to something and they'd like trip them up. It's just really funny. And so the dev, when I saw it at Day of the Devs last year, they've just been working on it. And it was great even then. And then they got Jackbox. And so that's the first game that Jackbox hasn't developed, their publishing, is this one. And so there's a bunch of, so they actually work a lot with, is Antidonna.
Oh, I didn't even know they did
that's
that.
cool. Yeah.
So they all know each other because
Do you know Auntie Donna watches us, by the way?
What?
Yeah. Yeah.
No way.
They do. They reached out to us. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, they did.
Are we having another another collab?
Just all the Australians are all great.
Well, so that's the thing. So it's like, I don't think Antidonna are in it or anything, but it's like, he was like, we know a lot of comedians. And so there's a lot of Australian, Jelly. There's a lot of Australian comedians who are in the game.
Yeah.
And they're all just like improving and it's so funny. And the thing is, so the obvious comparison is going to be to Thank Goodness You're Here.
The art style.
Yes.
Totally,
art style's very similar. And also there's the bit in Thank Goodness You're Here where like the giant sausage.
I haven't played
yeah.
Thank Goodness yet. So yeah.
Why do you hate me?
I know. It's only like 3 hours, man. I got no excuse.
It's Peens.
It's Peens. Well, I mean, why do you think my cats are called Peanut and Jelly?
There you go.
Anyway, no, I'm kidding. And so it's very similar in that like the concept is simple, funny. But Thank Goodness You're Here obviously had a stronger rating because there were so many references to nonces and like swearing and shagging and muffs and whatever.
A nonce is like a
oh boy.
Yeah, okay.
It's like a PDF file, right? Isn't that what that? Yeah,
yes.
yeah, got it.
Yes.
We're talking in internet terms, like unaliving.
Oh, yeah.
Turning off birthdays.
Turning off his birthday.
Turning off birthday. I've never heard that one. Oh my god. Whereas My Arms Are Longer Now is PG. So we were talking about that. But that's the thing. It's just like if it's funny, it is funny.
Yeah.
You don't have to have swear words or anything in it to make it. And great. I'm excited to see more of that one.
Nice. So that was Day of the Devs?
No, it was a Day of the Devs last year, but I had an appointment for it this year through Jackbox.
Right. All right. Cool. I didn't know it was here. I'm going to try and hit them up, actually. Maybe I can see them this afternoon.
Yeah,
That'd be
should.
nice. The other thing that was here as well was Mixtape. Thing, but we've already played that build at Summer Games last year. Unfortunately, it was the same build. I'm like, come on, we need some more build. But the game is out soon now. It's like May, so it's soon. I'm pumped for that. That's going to take over, man. That's going to really pop off. I expect.
Calling it.
Oh no! So
really,
the opening song. So Mixtape is a wonderful game about
being a teenager
on the cusp of the rest of your life. Like you are making the big decisions about what to do, and one of them wants to stay at home, and the other one is like, you know, that her dad sucks, and then you got Stacy who wants to move to New York and become this music supervisor, and so they have this last night all together.
Yes.
And they have a mixtape of songs. And the first one, and it's such a cool opening, is them skating, like skateboarding down, listening to That's Good by Devo, which has become easily my most played song of the year. Like it is, I can show you my top played. It is the song that I start pretty much every day with now.
Nice. It's like a more uplifting, like high fidelity, the video game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like it's structured around a mixtape and it's about a time of life where there's like a huge amount of transition happening and angst, but also possibility. And it's just like, I don't know, man, it just hits right.
You're referencing High Fidelity, the movie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah.
Nice. I think it's very boomer like millennial coded, I should say.
Boomer coded.
Okay, right. And everything that is not recent now is boomer coded. But it's millennial coded in terms of its soundtrack and in terms of its like aesthetic and vibes and whatever. Yeah. But I just think it's going to pop off because, as I said, it's beautiful to play. It's beautiful to look at. The soundtrack is S tier. It just really feels fantastic in every way. So I just, honestly, Mixtape, please put on your wish list. It's very special.
Their previous game was great too. Like I really when I saw the trailer for this, I was like, but then I saw who made it and I was like, oh, because I really loved the Artful Escape.
Yes.
I think it's called.
For sure.
Really, really good.
Yep.
So that was all the stuff that we played in
at GDC. Let me double check the big list.
Yeah, sure.
Because there are a lot of games.
There are other things to talk
Yeah.
about. There's also, I think, one of the things one of the most important talks that happened was Xbox talking about their next gen console ambitions.
Yes.
So I'm not sure if you guys were really. Did you guys read the cliff notes on that?
Yeah, I
or
did.
like you
So
across it?
I was watching Dustin's.
You mentioned.
I was watching. So the whole thing about GDC is that like you're not allowed to like film stuff because part of the value of the ticket is getting all of these talks in the GDC vault later on, and
they eventually get released on YouTube though,
they do
like a
eventually,
year
but
later or something. Yeah.
So that's the thing where it's like for press coming to GDC and like listening to a big talk by, I mean, the infamous one would be like Ken Levine's narrative Lego or the like the retrospectives on big games and such. So
there's been a lot of them.
Yeah, so there was people streaming this Xbox stuff because obviously they announced Helix, and we were watching it at GameSpot and we're like, hey, Destin's got the stream, and then like in Slack. He got caught, and everyone else did too, not just Destin. But we're all just like, stream down, the stream's
that's
down.
Right. It's like trying to watch like one of those like boxing matches, the pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Jumping from string to string, like trying
I'm
to
just
find
trying
it.
to watch Jake Paul get his ass kicked. Like, come on.
What's the guy got to do?
People
I don't want to pay
record.
Netflix for that,
But also like The Verge, everyone had really great coverage. Like IGN, GameSpot, The Verge,
Yes.
like live blogging it, and we saw some specs for Helix.
I mean, it wasn't really. Was there specs in there, or was it just sort of like some of the technology stuff?
It was like this is what we're
AMD
aiming.
SoC with it's going to have new types of ray tracing, like generative ray tracing.
Yeah, it was like basically
all this stuff.
Long story short, they're sort of like talking about the fact that yes, the next generation of console is coming. They did confirm that it's going to be an Xbox console that plays old Xbox games.
Yep.
As well as playing PC games. So that is definitely 100% locked in now. It's no longer speculation. Mm-hmm. And they did talk about massive improvements, and they sort of order of magnitude improvement when it comes to ray tracing. And they did talk about like like the sort of AI super sampling, that sort of stuff, ray reconstruction, basically lots of technologies that use
FSR, all
that sort of stuff that use technologies to basically increase graphical fidelity without necessarily like looking at native rendering, right? So that is going to be the food is up. There we go. So that was a big part of the presentation. They also talked about like game preservation, which was important to Xbox as well.
Good.
Other than that, I don't think there are any other major standouts.
Developers are getting dev kits in 2027 at some point.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yep.
So I don't know. Like, there's that we know. It really didn't tell us anything that we didn't know before.
The only takeaway is also in the press release was that the Xbox full screen experience, which is now just kind of being called Xbox mode, is going to be rolling out to Windows 11. That's the new one, right?
Yep.
It's going to be rolling out in the next couple of months, and that's going to be kind of, in my opinion, like we're going to have to see. That's kind of going to be like the preview, and we're going to see how that goes and how that develops, because that's ultimately what's, I presume, going to be that console.
Yeah,
for sure. And having used the ROG Ally,
it needs
a lot of work. That thing, I don't know. That front end really sucks.
Don't understand why I love my ROG Ally. Is my handheld for my PC games. Why is it every time it says you got to restart for an optimized version of the fucking Xbox?
Does it?
Mine does.
Okay. I really haven't used it too much after I stopped reviewing it because I went straight back to my Steam Deck. So
I made mine into a Steam Deck.
Yeah, you made yours into a Steam Deck.
Flashed it. So now it is. So I think that says a lot. The fact that you've got this really high-end device that has this all new operating system experience on there, and that people are actively like, one, reverting to less powerful hardware to avoid that operating system, and two, flashing the device so that you can install a different one on it. You know what I mean? And they're like, oh, hey, that thing's coming to Windows. It's like, oh, okay.
No.
So look, I understand these things take a lot of time, and like I get it, and it's okay. Like, sure, let's let it cook for a few years. But I think
I'm not hostile to it.
Neither am I. But it's just like nowhere near ready at this point, and it's kind of, I don't know. It's a bit of a bummer. I think that the ROG came out with that in the way that it is, because it's kind of like but let's also not forget, it's not like Xbox has had no experience in building UIs. Like, they've had 25 years or whatever of building a front end. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know.
Do you guys use Steam big picture mode at all?
I do on my PC, and then this one in my TV. boots into it because behind the curtain, my TV is right there, my PC is there. I use controller, like I basically have a mouse and I use that to log in.
You're trying to operate it like a console as much as possible, right? Yeah.
Because
when I ever it's like when I'm using my PC and I hit full screen experience, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But like essentially the Steam Deck, when you're using the Steam Deck, that is essentially full screen experience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's fine. But then when I'm in front of my like desktop, I will use the normal.
No, I use normal on like
yeah,
sitting in front of my
totally,
PC.
exactly.
But if it's, this, I don't want to have to go in the office and get my wireless keyboard and then I don't want to do all that. So I just use big picture.
I think it's peculiar that they're warming up this next gen console talk already. I mean, I think that it just I'm not sure what the purpose of it at this point, talking about it so early is, because they're just like, hey, there's a console that's coming in a while. So then people who are people today are not going to buy a current gen Xbox because the conversation is now shifting to next gen, right?
True. Yeah.
And then it's kind of like, okay, and what are you promising in terms of specs or capability? You're like, well, it's going to be stronger in a nondescript way. And again, we had assumed that, but we don't really know what that means in tangible terms. It's kind of like, I don't know, it just doesn't quite make sense to me that they're talking about this so early. Sony's not, Nintendo certainly isn't because they just launched their own console last year. Yeah. But like, I don't know, this thing, it's a very peculiar move and I'm not sure of the logic behind it.
Like, this is just like to get developers informed on it because like they're not marketing it yet. It doesn't have a name yet.
But I don't think you would need to do that. Like the whole point of things like GDC and DICE is to have those meetings with partners,
like privately.
I don't like. It's no mystery that like they're going to make another console. Like that's always been like we had assumed that no matter what, right? There was always speculation of like, oh, maybe they won't, but it's like no, they were always going to make another console. But I just don't know that we need to hear about it like right now. You know what I mean? So either way, my takeaway from like it was Jason Ronald's presentation. He's the VP of Next Gen. Is that like there's a
cats are scratching stuff.
I thought it was your stuff. It's not.
There is a new console coming. It's going to be more powerful. Dev kit's in 27, and it's going to be a PC as well, right? It's going to play Xbox games and PC. But for me though, like those don't really help. That stuff does not shift the conversation about Xbox or its future at all. And I think like if they were to say, we've decided that in the future, we're not going to release any Xbox games on PlayStation or Nintendo Switch anymore. We're going to just focus on our own ecosystem. That would be something that shifts the conversation. That would be something that would force us to think about Xbox next gen very differently. Yeah. But the fact that they're not saying any of that stuff yet is kind of just like, okay, well, there's another very optional console coming that you can kind of grab instead of a PC if you want to. But that's it, right?
It's interesting to be in this position, like not excited for... Like, yes, obviously, like, it's going to have all this stuff, like, in terms of hardware. But I'm more concerned and interested about the UI and the interface and all that stuff. And it's interesting to be like, that's what you're looking forward to in, like, a next-gen console. Like,
Are you looking forward to that?
I'm willing to see, like, what the premier, the operating system that is installed on most computers throughout the world. I am curious to see how they can tailor it to gaming, even though so far it hasn't been a lot.
Yeah.
But...
I just don't care.
I'm curious.
I mean, like,
I am curious.
This is a true story. Like, Austin on our team bought a Nintendo Switch because he wanted to play Pokemon Pokopia. That's it.
That's the old fashioned. Yep.
That's it, man. Like, all this stuff about like this and that and yada yada. Just at the end of the day, like that truly is it. And I feel like until we can see an equation where the Xbox console becomes some like essential purchase on the basis of X, Y, or Z, and I don't know what X, Y, or Z is. Yeah. Until I see some of that, I don't really care about a lot of that other stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm waiting to see.
We shall see. It seems like there's still, a lot that needs to fall into place. New leadership, all this stuff.
For sure.
Can I pivot though? What is it with adult men and Pokemon Pokopia? What's the deal, dude? What's going on? That was a deep...
You don't understand. I have no affection for Pokemon whatsoever. I never grew up on it. And I really do believe that...
Not even like red or blue? Nothing?
No, nothing. I played a little bit of them on Game Boy, but I never took to them, right? I was never a Pokemon guy, okay? And I reckon the most recent Pokemon games are generally dog shit, okay? They're terrible. And I really think that it's just embarrassing what the modern day Pokemon looks like, okay? And then there's like Animal Crossing, for example. I hate Animal Crossing. I hate it. It's so
I didn't know that.
boring and it's so laborious and the menus Seriously. Is he okay?
Wow.
That's
Wow.
actually
That's a
very
talent.
accurate.
Wow.
Damn. But I just couldn't. I really have tried multiple times to play this game and get into it.
Yeah.
But I'm just like absolutely like KO'd by its menu systems and its pace, right?
Okay.
Holding those two things in your mind, you need to believe me when I tell you, Pokemon Pokopia is unbelievably good. I fucking love it. It is incredible.
Wow.
I've
That's
not been able to
crazy.
stop playing it since I got it. It must be 40 hours deep now at this point, and I'm taking it so slow because there's like a number of major sort of biome areas. I've just finished the third, I think. I think you can finish this game in like 25 hours, but I think I'm like 40 hours deep, and like it's so good, man. This has honestly made me someone who like kind of thinks, oh, maybe I do like Pokemon. Like, this is cool.
Wow.
Gateway
Because
drug.
like the characters actually have some personality. Like the Pokemon, they talk and they have like, they say hilarious things.
They say
like,
fuck?
No, they say like, let's get this place humid. Because the reason you've seen that the Bulbasaur like say that is because there's an objective. Okay, I guess I should explain the game first.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think you imagine these sort of cozy games, and not all of them are like this, but many of them are like this, where it's just like, just have a place that you kind of just build up and you just vibe out in. And like, eventually you'll have a really nice house that you've built, and you'll have lots of neighbors who have moved in, and you'll have a farm that you can build on, right? But Pokemon Pokopia is different. It's quite objective based. So you arrive at this place, all the humans are like dead or gone. Like, you don't know where they are. It's very bleak and actually kind of cool. And there's this mystery throughout the game that you're like collecting clues, trying to find out what happened to the humans. And it's really fascinating actually the way they dole it out. But anyway, so you arrive at this place. There's no Pokemon, no humans. It's just like Professor Tangrowth there. And he's like, hey, buddy, it's pretty shit here. I don't know. Figure it out, right? And then you like have to build little habitats. Like, you might have to put like 4 tall grass next to each other. And that becomes a habitat that welcomes a Pokemon. And so, you know, all of a sudden one of the bushes starts shaking. And then there's like a Charmander in there or whatever, yeah? And then he's like, hey, what's up, man? I can light fires for you, by the way. So just, you know, if you need that, let me know. And then, so you'll go to your crafting table, you'll build a bonfire, and then you'll ask Charmander to come follow you, and he'll just like light it up or whatever. So you do this until you have quite a few Pokemon in this little village thing. And then in this area, and then like Tangrowth will say something like, there's a problem in this area, man. It hasn't rained like at all, and we really need the rain to come back. And so you then need to kind of like increase the humidity in the area so that eventually it starts to rain. And that's why you've seen the screenshot of Bulbasaur being like, let's make this place, get this place humid or whatever. And so each area has this thing where you have multiple goals that need to be accomplished, that can only be accomplished with the help of a Pokemon who has that specific ability. And you as a character are getting new abilities, like the ability to smash through rock, or the ability to like create vegetation.
Because you're a Ditto, right?
You're a Ditto, exactly. And you're also
That's
getting...
why they all have the little stupid face.
Correct, exactly. That weird vacant stare.
Yeah.
And then like you're also getting crafting recipes that you're doing, and you're buying stuff from the shop. And so there's all these different progression pathways that are, you know, moving forward at one time. And then, yeah, by the end, you're sort of able to solve the area puzzle of like, you know, getting it to rain again. But there was like 30 steps before that you went through to be able to do that. And it's so satisfying to see that all come together, while also making friends with all the Pokemon who each have unique personalities, while also building your own little community as you please in this little area where the building tools are so seamless and easy to use and pleasant. And there's no grinding involved because like all the resource economy is so relaxed and chill. Yeah. And then, you know, you get to these other areas where the biomes are way bigger and way more sophisticated, so much more to do. There's multiplayer involved. Like, it's a fantastic video game. Like,
wow.
I really am KO'd by this game and how good it is. Like, I played the preview and I was like, why do I like this?
That was good.
That was
good.
Your video. I was like, I can't believe I'm saying
And then now having played like 40 hours of it, I'm like, oh yes, I don't just like this. Like, I love this. This is, I think, is this worth buying a Switch 2 for? Maybe. It's like that kind of system seller style game that just sort of like gets its hooks into you so deep that brings such a smile. Plus there's like live service elements to it as well, in the sense that like they have events that roll out over time, and they're going to be adding new events and new Pokemon in the future. Okay. And so like,
Is it
It's
the
crazy,
original
man.
150 or is it like
I don't know. Actually,
ones that don't give a
I
shit
don't know
about?
the number. I don't know the number. But like, I know there's a lot because I must be at like at least 70 or so far,
Okay.
and I'm not done yet. You
Yeah.
know, so
So do you think it's like the combination of just good, cozy style game, but like having objectives that really seals
makes
the
it
deal?
for me because I'm like
Yeah.
such an objectives focused player.
Yeah.
I always need a goal.
Need some direction.
Me
Yeah,
Totally,
something.
yeah. That's why I've never really clicked with that whole cozy genre because I'm like, yeah, okay, I can just keep doing this forever, right?
But for what? Yeah.
But for what? Like,
Yeah.
but this is like, no, there is a definite what. There is a definite path. But also, as I said, I think one of my biggest criticisms of like modern day Pokemon games is you have these incredible looking characters. You don't talk, no voice acting, and like, I don't know. I just feel like there's so much more that you could achieve with them if they
They're
could
hollow.
say things.
Yeah.
They're so if
They're
they
very
could say
hollow is the
things.
word, yeah.
And now they really do say things. Like some of them are so funny in the way they're written, and also really sweet because they'll just like come up to you and be like, "Hey man, I just want you to know I love you. Here's something," and then
Aw.
they'll just give you like a rock. You're
That's
like,
great.
thanks.
Hey, for otters,
Like-
that's huge.
so, yeah, I
That
mean
is
that's
a thing,
a
yeah.
sign of respect in their culture. So, but like it really is. Everything about it is just fantastic.
Wow.
It's the kind of game that I would recommend to almost anyone. And I think you're going to be just surprised by it because there's something here, whether it's the personality and charm, whether that's the Pokemon thing, if you're nostalgic for that, whether it's the building mechanics and if you enjoy those vibes, whether it's the objective of it and then the sort of like the structure, whether it's the mystery of what happened to the humans. It's a really brilliantly constructed video game. And like all over social media, it's totally taken over. It's just captivated everyone and everything. And I'm not at all surprised having played it myself.
Yeah.
So,
Man, that's
Wow.
next. I have it. It's next to it's
yeah.
on my nightstand. I have it downloaded, and I was like, maybe I'll be able to play during GDC.
Do you know Nintendo's share price rose 10% on the back of this game?
Wow.
That's
right.
That's
Yeah.
how good this is. And like it's sold out absolutely everywhere. You
Yeah.
cannot buy a
Oh, is
copy
it
of it.
Amazon rose the price or something?
No, well, that was because they had to then bump to third-party providers.
Oh,
And it
that's
was the
why,
third-party
yeah.
providers
They'll
that
always
did
jack it
So
that.
if you bought
Yeah.
it through Amazon, yeah.
Exactly. So that, the recommended retail stayed the same, but third-party were bumping it up to $80. And it was still selling.
Yeah.
And like, I mean, I can understand why.
We were
So-
talking about this on, I went on Kind of Funny Games Daily
Right.
Mhm.
this week with Blessing, and we were talking about this news story, and it was almost like, because Nintendo always plays that game with like the scarcity, but it's like for this one, was it like did they really think a spinoff wouldn't sell as much? Like,
There's no way anyone could have anticipated
Yeah.
this. Like, honestly, like I do not begrudge them thinking that there's no way. I think, even if I was like a Nintendo executive and I'd played through this, I'd be like, okay, this is a really good game. Like, I'm sure it'll do okay.
yeah,
But I don't think. There's no way you could have anticipated. They could have anticipated this. No normal company would have been able to anticipate this level of quality and this level of response, even though it's Pokemon.
it does seem like it has that like real world heat on it because
For sure.
right before I came on this trip, I was at Best Buy. I
Yeah.
had to purchase something. And I got stuck waiting online. There was like an issue. And while I'm waiting online, the course of me waiting online for this thing, multiple people came up to the counter asking about it,
Yeah.
and they didn't have any.
Wow.
Multiple people wanted to buy the physical version that isn't a physical version.
It's a
just
game
the
key card.
But hey,
Oh.
but it had that like where like you don't see that. I was like,
No.
wow, people are just like coming like, do you have it? And then they left like multiple times.
That's
and I was
it,
like,
man.
wow, damn.
I
this
think
is
as
a
well.
big
I
thing.
think it's obviously like the world is not in a great place right now, and I think that's
Cozy
the other
games hit.
thing. Like cozy games, like Nintendo dropping one of these bombs at the moment where like other bombs are dropping elsewhere. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
the timing, it just could
Animal
not be.
Crossing was COVID.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
Animal Crossing
they
game
know.
and COVID,
They know.
and now
They know.
you've got
They hold
this.
it. They hold it for when we need it the most.
So
Yeah.
the next time, and like next time when the next Animal Crossing game is due out, make sure you've had some like stock up on some like bottled water and shit. You know
Toilet
what I
paper.
mean? Like toilet paper and bottled water, man.
What
Be
kind
ready.
of world event has to happen for Nintendo to bring like a new Donkey Konga? Like, what has to happen? Like
Please,
a
anything.
recession?
Yeah, totally. Depression. But no, honestly, I really kind of recommend it more highly.
Damn,
Just
just on my list now.
take
Yeah.
a punt. Like I
Yeah.
For the flight, did you bring your Switch?
No, I didn't.
Ah.
I really, it's one thing I would say, just because I know so many of my like people who watch me personally, not Pokemon
Don't mess with those
fans,
games,
right?
yeah.
But like this is not like that. I really implore you, like if you have a Switch 2 and you've got the cash spare, take a punt on this. You are going to be really, I almost guarantee you will be so pleasantly surprised by this.
It's on my list.
Yep.
Now I just need to get to, I mean, like we have Crimson Desert
Crimson
first,
Desert, man.
so it's like, God. So maybe we'll talk about that
Yeah.
right after a word from our sponsors.
Nice.
Nice, man.
Can you see that Peanut's just staring at her food
I can't.
bowl?
Not on this angle, no.
That will be going off
Just
in 45
stonewalling,
minutes.
waiting for
she'll
numbs.
just stay there.
Okay, right.
It's funny we mention animal food and pet food because this podcast is sponsored by Pet's Table. You know your dog deserves better than kibble, but with a lot of options, you don't know where to start. But Pet's Table is personalized dog food from the people.
Dog food.
But it's from the people behind HelloFresh. So
Oh, is it really? I
active
actually didn't know
user.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't have a pet, so these guys usually handle this read, right? And so I actually am really no way.
Yeah,
Okay,
so
I
you're
see.
getting human grade, fresh, and gently air dried options, or you can mix both to see what your animal prefers. It's a great system. You kind of give them your basic information about your pet, their weight and stuff like that, and then you get food shipped to you nice and quick. It's fresh. It actually looks pretty good. I kind of want to eat it myself. Boston's a big fan
Have
of
you tried
beef
it
stew.
yourself, Jake? Have
I've
you
come
tried?
so close
Okay,
because
okay.
I've tried dog biscuits. I've tried it all. So tune in next time. Hopefully, if Pet's
Can we do
Table is a continued partner.
a live tasting? Can we do that? Can,
Yeah,
we, can we
definitely.
commit to that in the ad read?
That's as long as they're okay with that. And I think they would be because, again, personalized dog food that is human grade fresh.
Yeah.
And they give you a fun little container for the food, which to be honest, Boston sees the container and he goes, oh man, it's time to eat. So it's it's the little things with Pet's Table.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So each plan specifically is customized for your dog's needs based on their age, weight, activity level, and a couple other things. But there's allergen friendly options. I know you have problematic pets.
Wait,
so-
can pets have
Yeah,
allergies?
they got cancelled. Jelly's got asthma.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Holy hell. I didn't know that could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pets need a lot and it can be trial and error, but they back it with a 100% money back guarantee on your 2-week trial. So there is zero risk and it is definitely worth a shot. Our pets enjoy it. So consider Pet's Table.
Do they have a special offer that they're offering?
do.
Exclusive
It's
to
funny
viewers
that
of
you
this
asked that.
channel?
Yes, I was getting to that.
Okay.
I was getting to that.
So you can help your dog live their best life with high quality fruit from the Pet's Table. I said fruit again.
Delicious dog fruit. Right here, right now. Get the
I'm
fruit.
warming up. All right. So you can take advantage of this limited time offer. You can get 55% off your first box plus 10% off your next 2 at thepetstable.com. Then when you're there, use code FPS55. Again, that's thepetstable.com, code FPS55, again, to get 55% off your first box plus 10% off your next 2. Check it out. And big thanks to The Pet's Table for sponsoring this podcast.
Dog fruit.
Dog fruit.
Dog food. Quickly before we talk about Crimson Desert, Jake and I last week spoke with the actors behind Grace and Leon from Resident Evil Requiem. Sorry, Ralph.
Time zones, baby. They suck.
Angela. So we had Angela, Sant'Albano, and Nick Apostolides, and Nick was in LA. Angela was in London.
I'm in Sydney.
He's in Sydney.
Some's gotta give, man. Some's gotta give.
There was a lot, yeah.
So we had a really fun chat with them
Yeah.
about the reception to Requiem, what it was like for Angela, because it was her first, big gaming role. Nick returning to play Leon. It's a fun chat. They're very cool. There you go.
Hey, this is Stu, the editor. I just want to flag that there's some spoilery later game talk in this next Resident Evil discussion. The timestamps are in the description below, so if you want to skip, check out those. And if not, enjoy.
Angela and Nick, thank you so much for joining us. You're joining us on the day of some big Resident Evil Requiem news. 5 million sold in a week. We've
crazy,
also
isn't it?
got the highest Metacritic user rating, I think, of all time. How are you feeling now that it's out there?
I
And
feel
it's-
terrible. I feel awful. Oh, it's freaking awesome. Right, Angela? It's like to be a part of this is pretty incredible.
Yeah, I never expected it. I feel, so lucky. It's so exciting.
What does it feel like to drop in, like your first video game, to drop into this one? Like, boom.
Well,
Yeah, thanks for running this. Yeah.
I never, thank you. I don't know. I just never expected it. It's such a new world for me. And it's been so exciting. And obviously I knew all about like Resident Evil and its impact. But to be a part of it is like just such a blessing. It's so cool. And to play this new character, yeah, it's been quite surreal. And everyone's been so kind, like the fandom. Nick always said, just you wait. And I was like, what am I waiting for?
I warned you.
They've been so supportive and kind, and it's been incredible.
I would love to know, Angela, like as a working actor, what is it like to be pitched Resident Evil? Like, what is the conversation like? It's like, hey, just so you know, it's really weird. Like, how do those conversations go down?
Well, honestly, when it first, like the audition first got sent to me, they don't say that it's Resident Evil. They sort of said it's like this horror action franchise. And then through the scenes that I had to do, I was able to kind of dissect things. Because one mentioned Alyssa Ashcroft, and I was like, let me see what I can figure out. And then I found out, obviously, it was RE, Resident Evil. And yeah, so they sort of just, I had always wanted to do horror because I think it's such a challenge for an actor. I mean, you literally have to imagine everything around you. And so my agent kind of sent it my way and was like, it's for a really epic franchise, and do you want to give it a go? And I was like, yeah, I would love to. So, and then the audition was so fun with Kate Saxon, our performance capture director. It was loads of improv where she asked me to like do a 3-minute dying scene where she would give me all these prompts like, okay, now zombies grabbed your arm and now another one's bitten your leg off, but you can't die, you're not dead yet, you've got to die very, very slowly for 3 minutes, and then at the end you have to give this death cry and scream. So we did a lot of improv in the audition and I had a lot of fun. I just loved it. And
I want to see
so,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, do these tapes exist?
No, they filmed it because they sent it back to Japan, obviously. So it's somewhere out there. And the hilarious thing was I never dress up for a character when I do like auditions, but they sent a visual of what Grace, wears. And I had the exact outfit and I just said, what? Gotta do it. So I dressed exactly like Grace for the audition. So that's somewhere. That video is somewhere.
We got to find that. We got to send some emails. And I mean,
track that down.
And so Nick returning to the role of Leon S. Kennedy. Said it to you before we started recording. Happy birthday! You told me that you have a really lovely tradition with playing Resident Evil games. So what was your experience like finally playing Requiem?
Well, I'll bring something up after. Yeah, so I flew home to Boston to be there on release day on the 27th to play it kind of with the rest of the world. And yes, I linked up with my little brother. He took the entire weekend off. He even took Monday off. And we ended up beating it on my birthday, which was March 1st, Sunday. And that doesn't really happen often. So it was a very special weekend. I got to be with my family, celebrate with them, and then play the crap out of Requiem. And it's been a 20-year tradition to play these games. When a new Resident Evil game comes out, I play it with my little brother first. No matter how long we have to wait, I got to fly to Boston to go play with him. And we made it happen. And 3 times now it's been my game, which is it was really special to experience that with him. And yes, I was on his ass about making sure he found all the ammo, unlocked all the crates. You missed that box, David. You missed those shotgun shells. And you know about that, Lucy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we shot something with Nick in the studio a couple weeks ago, and I was telling him that I must be the least fun person to watch play because I check every single corner, but Nick's brother is more of an agent of chaos and just blasts through, misses a lot of things.
Yeah, but it was fun. We had a great time, and when it ended, it was just a good moment.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of good moments, I would love to know, now that the game is out there, the dust has settled. Nick, do you have as a fan of the franchise, do you have a favorite moment from Requiem? It can be with something you were involved or otherwise.
There's so many good moments, so many things in this game that just blew my mind. Like the whole Grace's section in the hospital there, chronic care center, that was so Resident Evil, everything about it. And so I played as Grace. Angela, I played all of your stuff. And my brother played all of Leon's stuff, just so you know.
Oh, wow.
So I had an amazing time playing through that. We flipped a coin to see who got who. And but I got to say, returning to Raccoon City, returning to the RPD station, that gave me goosebumps when I found out that's what the game was going to be about at some point for Leon. goosebumps. And when we got there, I was just like, I had to take a deep breath before I walked into that building, because I knew what that was going to mean to fans, mean to the character, and that just gave me chills. So I love that part.
I remember actually when we were at the table read and they were pitching sort of the whole arc of the game, and Nick's face as soon as he saw Raccoon City literally went,
Yeah.
Everyone else was like, wait, what was that? All the other actors, and you were buzzing. You were so excited.
That was an honest reaction. And then when we got there in the game, it was a bit more subtle, but I was just like, ooh.
Angela, what about you? What was your favorite part? Could be Grace's part, could be something to do with Leon. What was your favorite thing?
Well, I think my favorite scenes to film were sort of the higher the stakes, or like the more emotional ones. What really stands out is probably like the bad ending, Nick, because it was so emotional. And yeah, I just loved that scene, and also the visuals. I mean, they showed us, of course, what that room was going to look like, and it was just so epic. So probably that one. I loved doing the gurney scene because I just loved being upside down. Don't know why, but yeah, that was probably a favorite. And when my mum dies, that kind of guttural cry was weirdly satisfying, and yeah,
very cathartic.
It was very cathartic. So yeah, all those sort of high stakes, high emotion scenes, I really loved doing.
When you're doing performance capture and stuff like that, the elevator scene stands out to me. Did they really almost chop your leg off when you were doing it?
Yeah,
they did chop her leg off.
Thank God. They did like they give you the eye line, of course. So they gave, I think it was a pole they used or something, and then the team at Imaginarium would suddenly go. So I had the like stimulus to have that level of shock. But no, they did not chop my level off. Thank you very much.
You mentioned earlier about, having to use your imagination a lot, but what did you have? Like, did you know, for example, what some of the zombies would look like? Did they tell you, did they have concept art that they could show you? Or was it basically just imagine this giant horse thing and go with it? I mean, what's that process like?
They didn't tell us much, right? Well, like we didn't see much concept art about the zombies.
The zombies, they didn't give us a lot of concept art, but they did give us concept art for the girl. I had a lot of that because there were quite a lot of bits with the girl. Trying to think what else. It was mainly the girl because, she was such a real monster in the game. And it was really, really helpful.
Like Victor, right? We had a concept art of Victor.
Of course.
Xeno.
But we
Xeno
also... Yeah, Xeno, of course. But we did have, an actress played the girl. So we had someone kind of contorting their body and doing all these creepy movements. And then, yes, we just had the concept art, which was kind of a nice, helpful, very helpful.
I would love to do a little bit of lore nerding out for a second with Nick. Is there a character that you would like to see Leon interact with that at least hasn't in the mainline games, at the very least?
Hasn't in the mainline games.
Someone that you would just love to sink your teeth into interacting with as Leon.
Yeah, I think, I always fantasize about like cool partnerships and meetups. And I always have thought that Sheva Alomar from RE5 is such an amazing protagonist. Underutilized,
underrated.
She only been in one game. I just love her character, and I wish they would bring her back into something like a new mainline game. I think that would be really cool to have them team up. Yeah,
I love that. Shout out to Sheva.
What about you? Any ideas?
Oh, geez.
I'm sure you got a wish list.
I want to see Leon like fight Wesker or something crazy.
Proper fight, yeah.
Yeah. I would love to know too, Angela, you guys have been doing a lot of interviews the last couple of days. And I've seen Nick get the question a lot, like what's next for Leon S. Kennedy? But what do you think's next for Grace? I loved her ending personally, but like, what could you imagine for her beyond?
Gosh, that's a good question. I don't know. You know, I think the end, you kind of, I mean, you see that she somewhat adopts Emily. And you see that her and Leon have this relationship that's, you know, I think he's like a mentor to her and a friend. So I would just be curious to see where the three of them go together, you know, and what other challenges they face. But I don't know exactly. That's a great question.
And well, speaking of Leon and go on. I was gonna say Jake's got his theory crafting brain on.
I do, yeah.
I can see it.
Do you want me to ask the big question or no?
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of Leon and relationships,
yeah,
he's married.
I know.
Hey, that's a Capcom question. I mean, I think that's what they implied, and I think I'll get in trouble for saying anything more. I'm not even gonna.
That's pretty good.
People have been asking me, who is it, Nick? Who did he marry? I'm like, guys, that is not for me to even know. No. I don't know.
So the game is out. Incredible reception. What's next for the both of you from this point? After all the press is done, played the games. Are you going out on the road? Are you going to conventions and such? What's next?
Yeah, a little bit of the road and a few new projects down the pipeline. Very exciting. One is actually live action. That's exciting to me because I haven't really pursued TV and film actively for a while, but once in a while something comes around and I always jump at the opportunity because I miss it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm excited for the year to come.
I'm actually writing right now, so I've been like I've been interviews and then like locking myself away. So I'm developing a film right now, which I'm very excited about, which is completely the opposite of Resident Evil. It's a rom-com set in Italy, which is where I'm from. And it surrounds the wedding industry, which is good fun. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm going to sink my teeth into mainly.
Can you write me in for like a cameo?
Yes.
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah, of course.
I would happily do that. Like a tiny little cameo.
The world needs more rom-coms, so that's perfect. What about the video game world, though? Can you see yourself doing more video games, or are you like, boom, one and done, did the best one, and that's it?
No, I would love to. I had so much fun doing motion capture. I would love to do it again, and to explore sort of different genres. Same with film, TV, stage. I love it all. I just, if there's a good story, there's a good story. So I'm up for anything.
Well, both, thank you so much for joining us. We loved Requiem. I'm about to start my second playthrough. And I don't know, I'm probably not going to try Insanity difficulty, but I
was going to ask.
If I become a masochist, maybe. Apparently it's super, super tricky.
I started the opening scene with Leon there. I died like 10 times the opening scene. I was like, how am I going to do this?
I can't wait for speedrunners to crack it. Like, because they're working on roosting it at the moment. And there's
a couple of parts of the game that are just so perfect for those speedrun type moments. Like, especially towards the end with Leon. Like, oh man.
I know.
Full of liquors. Come on.
I know. I can't wait to play again too.
I only tackled the beginning, but I need to sit down and do it all the way through. Yeah, I started. I need to do it all the way through, but I'm terrible. I'm like not a great gamer, so it's all new to me. So I need to like sink my teeth into it.
Your part is really hard, Grace. Oh, I called you Grace. Oh my God, Angela. Grace's part is really challenging.
Yeah.
You could stream it. Like the actor from Silent Hill F, she was streaming, and she's never played. Brianna White, Final Fantasy.
Do that. I just don't even know how to or where to start.
We'll help you.
I'll dig into it. It would be fun. I'd love to do it.
All right, both. Well, thank you so much again. Congratulations on Requiem's success. Hope to see you in more things very soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you. Take care, guys.
Hello Fresh.
Wow.
That's right. This podcast is sponsored by HelloFresh, Lucy's #1 things she eats.
Source of nourishment.
Source of nourishment.
Look, I'm a gamer. If I didn't have HelloFresh, I would be. I mean, Jake and I were joking that our group chat should be called the Shrimps because of the posture and how we just sit.
Yep, sure.
But no, seriously, I, as we all do, live very busy lives. We all do a lot of travel, which is a privilege, and we all do a lot of gaming. And
we be gaming.
We do be gaming sometimes. But, you know, there's always everything happens so much. And if there's just one thing that I don't have to worry about, it is like, I don't have to worry about going to the grocery store. Don't want to worry about having to make lists. I just want to be able to pick from a list of meals, have it sent with all the ingredients, and then follow the instructions and make it myself. It's like building
Lego, but with food?
Fruit Lego.
Fruit Lego. This ad read is going to need to go after the pets table read now. Otherwise, we've got like callbacks to our other ad reads in the podcast.
We're building a universe here.
That's right.
But honestly, I have learned to love cooking genuinely through HelloFresh. It was always a very daunting thing for me. I never knew what I was supposed to be doing. I'm sorry, recipe writers. I don't care about that kumquat that you had in 1976.
Oh, the story, the prelude, yes.
I don't care about that,
Yeah.
okay? I just need to know how to poach an egg properly. Something that I'm still working on. But, you know, just being able to have everything come to me, it frees up so much brain space, and then I can just enjoy the simple act of cooking, and I get something delicious and healthy at the end of it.
And the options, right? 100 recipes every week. I am on the freaking options here. 100 recipes every week, all different types of cuisines, regional, all around the world, for different types of diets, preferences. 35 high protein recipes each week. They got Mediterranean, GLP-1 friendly options.
About food?
You want some gnomes? Yeah, a lot of good stuff. Wholesome ingredients, sustainably sourced seafood. Speaking of shrimp, there's now 3 times the seafood.
Sustainably sourced seafood is the other name of our group chat.
God. So there is definitely a lot to it. So you should get eaten on us. All you got to do is go to hellofresh.com/FPS10FM to get 10 free meals plus a free Zwilling knife, which is a good knife. It's a $144.99 value on your third box. So offer valid while supplies last. Free meals applied as discount on first box. New subscribers only. Varies by plan. But again, that is hellofresh.com/FPS10FM to get a bunch of good stuff. Check it out. And big thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this podcast. And we're back.
That was good.
Are we going to acknowledge this?
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Acknowledge what?
No.
Actually,
Crimson Desert. Let's talk about Crimson Desert.
Yeah,
so you have now, because you got a review code and you've played up to the preview part that I have played.
Yeah,
okay, right. So we can sort of talk on those terms just
very
on the preview
briefly.
basis.
Yeah, very light.
And I would love to hear your like first impressions off the top of that preview window.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Yeah, it sure is.
Crimson Desert so far very quickly is like kitchen sink, that type of thing where it throws all these mechanics at you. It's a lot to grasp. I found some of the controls, like it feels good, like the combat, like the feedback, the movement, all that feels good. But you know, some of the move sets and even like accessing items and stuff feels a little obtuse.
For sure.
There's a lot like
For
that.
sure.
But the game, for this long chunk of time, the game is introducing you all these elements over time. And it's a lot to grasp. But what I will say is that the game does immediately have that like wow factor where it does feel kind of like, and I'm not trying to like be like a hype, like, but like it does feel kind of like this generational leap in terms of the amount of stuff going on screen, how it all looks, how it all just feels.
How many things you can do.
Yeah. It's very like, wow, holy shit. The draw distance is like unlike anything I've seen before.
It's pretty nuts.
And the music, the presentation, it's all there. I just haven't connected with the story yet or the characters. And that, for me, that's important. I know some players don't care as long as it has like raw fun factor. And I don't know yet.
Yeah.
But it's very exciting. Like I'm excited to get back home and get back to work and like just like really play a ton of this game because it feels huge.
I'm extremely excited to play this because I only played the previous slice. I haven't had a chance to play any more since I've been here at GDC. And like, I'm always looking forward to playing the next game. Like, for example, a Resident Evil game's coming along and I'm like, this is going to be a great time. I'm going to have a really good time playing through a Resident Evil game. But I know almost exactly what it's going to be. You know what I mean? It's very rare that you pick up a game and you've just got no fucking clue what this thing is, right? Even if you've played 6 hours of it, you still don't know what it is, right? Yeah. And certainly speaking to other reviewers, like there's so much more to this game that's just waiting for me the other side. And I'm like very pumped to get to that point, It
has been fun to really break through that where it's like very early, you're like, okay, I get it. Like it's like I'm a medieval guy in a medieval town. And then like you turn a corner and then like weird things start happening and you start getting weird abilities. And that seems like that's going to be cool. I think that's where a lot of the fun is probably going to lie.
For sure. I think, look, the stuff about it being obtuse and a lot and all that sort of stuff, like it's true. And I made the point in the preview. And there was a lot of people that were sort of like, oh, you just want yellow paint. And I'm like, no, bro, trust me on this. When you play this game, you will see what I'm talking about, okay? There is so much shit here. And I don't know that all of it needs to be there. Like, I'm sure you could remove some of it and the game would still be fine. And so that naturally creates some like overhead with regards to the overall experience. Yeah. Now, whether or not that ends up dragging it down when you're playing through the whole thing, I don't know. But you definitely feel it when you're starting up. You're definitely overwhelmed by the number of systems and how the controls work and whatever else. Yeah. And you're often asking yourself, like, is this really necessary? Wasn't there a simpler way to do this? Or like,
there's got to be a better way.
Yes. So
my prediction is that it's because I'm still at the point, I'm still early on and I'm like, well, what's the hook? What's the thing that's going to get me through to playing this thing for like 100 hours? And right now, I feel like it's probably going to be the discovery just because it's so, there's so much shit. And it's very like handcrafted and you're always stumbling upon some new crazy weird things. So I'm thinking that like that constant discovery is going to pull me along.
I agree. When I do my preview, I'm like, I feel like this is the sort of Dragon's Dogma thing, right? I'm not really anticipating, like, I think there's obviously a story, but I'm not anticipating there's going to be like an incredible story. I think maybe it's good. I don't know. Point is that I think what's really exciting me about it is just that sense of discovery in the world, that sandbox that you can muck around in. Yeah. Like making your own adventure. That I love Dragon's Dogma for that. I think we love Skyrim for that. And I think this is the next kind of sandboxy RPG thing that we're going to be able to immerse ourselves in and sort of create our own story, Go on.
The only negative is that the camera's driving me insane.
Camera?
Yeah.
I haven't noticed any issue with the camera.
The camera to me feels like it has a mind of its own.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. And it just kind of does its own thing. It's always positioned in a way I don't really like it. It's always trying to show what's above and around me more than like focusing on my character. It's like hard to put into words and I'm still kind of like chipping through it. But
yeah. One funny thing was I did my preview and in the preview I was like, oh, take a look at this voice acting. How good's this? And I played this clip of like, this guy at the table and he's like, what am I supposed to do? Eat this fucking pig swill.
Maggoty bread for 3 stinking days.
And he like tosses his plate and whatever else. And I'm like, at the end of that, I'm like, pretty fucking good voice acting, huh? Yeah. And then when we're here, like Alex Jordan comes up to me behind me and he's like, did you know who that was? And I'm like, that was you. Oh my God. It turns out that was Alex Jordan.
So Alex sent me that clip of your thing with a little video of himself going, like,
if you didn't send that to me, you should have sent it.
But I thought he would have sent it to you. I was like, why? I'm the third party messenger.
I've got his number now. I didn't have it before. But I was very impressed and I couldn't believe it. I was like, I still can't believe that was him actually. He really is able to like sink into roles and you don't even realize it's him at that point, But look, overall, I think what's really fascinating about this game as well, and I will say this, is, on the content creation side, this game is fucking rocket fuel when it comes to...
And they call it a mine.
What?
A content mine. Sorry.
Oh my God.
He said, he did Lord of the Rings and I was like, I just haven't said anything for a while.
This game is absolute rocket fuel when it comes to the level of engagement that it produces. Yeah. It is wild how excited people are for this game.
People
not since
Elden Ring,
I
yeah.
think have we seen a game that has popped off in terms of like metrics?
Yeah.
When it's insanity, you know. So people are really pumped, and I personally, for that reason, hope the game is great because it would really suck if it's not good and that many people were pumped for it, you know. But I have a sneaking suspicion that it's going to be good. Like, as I said, I got that vibe from a preview. I think it's going to be janky and weird and uneven and whatever. But like, I do think there's something here that's very compelling, you know? And I like that it's being ambitious. I like that it's trying different stuff. I'm impressed so far.
We shall see. Tune into our full reviews at some point.
Yeah,
I don't remember when the embargo is.
The embargo is like it's before the launch day. I will not have anything up then because I'm going to be traveling and I want to take my time with it, and it's a big game. I might do a review in progress depending on how many hours I get in.
That's definitely what I'm doing. But
I don't know. I'm definitely not a full review because I'm going to guess, because I spoke to 2 developers and they both said they're guessing the game is like roughly 60 hours for an average playthrough, but lots more content after that if you plan to do everything.
It's enticing to just dick around in this game world for sure.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah. So it's going to be huge, man.
Yeah.
Pumped.
I've been on my demo grind again.
Okay, go on.
Played a couple cool ones. So I think Minos, which is, I think Devolver is publishing.
Yeah.
So it is
the Minotaur one? Yes.
And so it is like kind of a tower defense, but also you are the Minotaur and you are trying to avoid being killed and captured. And you also play, is it Daedalus who designed the labyrinth?
Yep.
And so you are putting traps down. I think it's a really, really cool concept and I was really enjoying it. I don't think the demo is particularly good in terms of like introducing the player to what you're supposed to be doing.
Okay.
I found myself floundering a little bit. But then once I got into it, I was like, okay, great, I'm into it. I'm also just a real sucker for like Greek mythology. So
yeah, it looks crazy.
Sure.
It looks dense.
Yes. And so play the demo of that one. And then the other one that I really enjoyed, which is one that I was sent ages ago and I just hadn't managed to get around to it. I think you'll like, is called Canvas City. So it is a turn-based rollerblading trick.
Please say guns. Are there also guns?
Trick, like area control mashup with real funky music and art direction.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
None of that makes any sense.
So yeah, that's the one.
Okay.
So you start in like an urban area and there will be ramps or there will be ledges to grind on, and there are also like billboards. And so you have a certain number of moves you can do, and you can get around by chaining together tricks and jumps.
This is like a turn-based environmental like jet set kind of like that's that's very interesting.
And then you get, I think it's more action points, forgive me if I'm wrong, but you there's like an element of map control because there are things to tag. And then each person in like the little posse has like a different ability, and you are up against like rogue other skaters too. But I think it's just a really cool concept. I think the demo came together really nicely, really well.
Canvas City. Does it imply the city is your canvas for graffiti or whatever?
Yeah.
You're tagging?
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
And it was just a cool, I mean, the dialogue stuff was very much like, hey man, you know, I'm gonna do all this stuff. It's like, okay, just let me in.
Right.
But I had a fun time with that one too.
Nice.
And then otherwise, I played a lot of demos like Map and Map is good.
Map.
Map.
Door to the Explorer.
Is it Maps? No, it's Map. Which is GeoGuessr essentially.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, cool. Nice.
Because I mean, I'm surprised that the GeoGuessr game has not become more of a thing.
Yeah.
It's so hard, right?
like
it's
real
so
nerds.
hard.
Well, there was that other one that I talked about a while ago where it's a similar vibe where I think it's like you're trying to find like a bunch of stuff and so you have to like go through the location and stuff. And that was a demo last year. And then Map is this year. But I'm again surprised there's not been more.
Okay. Cool. I realize as well, one thing that we've also played, Jake, I'm not sure if you played as well, Lucy, is Marathon.
Yeah.
I have not yet.
Yeah. So you did the before you buy on it.
Yeah.
I watched it, but for anyone who hasn't seen that, where'd you land on it?
I had a good time with it.
Okay.
I don't know if it's going to hook me forever.
Sure.
But I will say I do want to play more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do.
Did Escape make you God?
It's Escape made me a couple of things. I don't know. It's a good bit. I can't put like it's hard. Like I do like it more, and it does feel better than when we previewed it.
Okay.
I really was like,
So what were you feeling
cool.
with the major differences than when you previewed it?
It's hard. I almost feel like the environments just looked and felt better.
Okay.
I can't put my finger on it.
Sure.
But I also just felt like I encountered more players, and and even in the preview, I really like the PvP. I really just like squaring off against people, and I think that just comes down to Bungie shooting good.
Sure.
Yeah, Bungie do know how to make good shooter.
Yeah, the loot stuff is kind of whatever, but like I just had a good time with it. I thought the vibe ended up being cool. It's just the interiors bummed me out. The interiors in like the outdoor maps where you go into interiors, they don't do it for me.
I agree.
In terms of like the way they're structured, the way they funnel you.
Yeah.
Kind of lame, but also very like you kind of just get lost. You're like, was I here?
Yeah,
how do I get
Yeah.
out? The amount of times I get into a building and I'm just like, get me out of here.
And you're looking for an objective, and you're like, find a terminal at this place.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'll go. And then you look in one building, and you're like, and you go to another building, you're like, is that the building I was in before?
Yeah.
And was that, I don't know. You know what I mean? Because they all just feel
But
the
I
same.
like the abilities. I like the weapons. I like the way they look. I like that it's different.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I again, like, and I'm coming at this as someone who's not super into extraction shooters, likes arc raiders, but isn't this like hardcore arc raiders guy. And then I'm also not a Bungie guy. And I know Bungie fans just come to it with their own thing.
Yeah.
So for me,
sure.
I think I'm like a really casual example.
For sure.
And yeah, I had a good time with it.
Yeah. So
I know it's definitely more complicated with you, right?
Yeah. I mean, I played the Service Slam, and like, I just wasn't feeling it, and I said as much. I got a lot of feedback in my preview.
Yeah.
But the truth is, right, like I just wasn't feeling it, man. And I think that like people go on to say like, oh, the more you play it, the better it gets. And it's like, okay, cool, fine. But for me, like personally, just that onboarding experience was atrocious. Like I know there is more depth to this game. I know there are more activities and more things to do on the map and whatever else. But as I was playing through it in that Service Slam, none of that was being surfaced to me as I was playing through it. It really just felt like the only loop that was being actively surfaced was like go and kill players as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
Right. And so I really didn't like that. And I felt like I needed better on-ramps onto those other parts of the game to kind of like trick me into liking it. Do you know what I mean? And I know those things exist later on, like as you spend more time with the game and as like get to learn the maps and learn the locations of the special whatever else and whatever. But for me, as I said, it was just not clicking at all in that part. And I also think that
I could use more of all of that. Like I was actually surprised to see some stuff that I thought was rough from years back.
Yeah.
Like the little activities where it's like click on the terminal and it has a number on it and go find the number again. I'm like, oh wow, this is still a thing. They want us to do
Wow,
this.
that's still in it.
That's still in there.
Oh,
so it's like, I like that.
It's terrible,
Yeah,
right?
not there yet.
That part, I just feel like there could be so much more. And I think even like PvE enemies is a good example because like, yeah, they're really hard, right?
They almost, because that was our main takeaway back when we played it. We're like, wow, the AI is so good and engaging.
For sure.
It almost feels like they tuned it higher now where they're just kind of like they one-shot
definitely did. But not just like throughput, but also just like I feel like overall intelligence and moveset and whatever else, aggression. But I do think that like there's something missed by having these enemies that just feel like more players. And I think one of the things that's very interesting about like Arc Raiders enemies is that they are these monstrous things that you need to fight in a different way versus fighting a player. And they have little unique things because like fighting the enemies in Marathon, or at least as I experienced it during the Service Slam, felt very throughput based. I was like, do I have enough bullets to bring you down? Whereas in Arc Raiders, it's like, do I have the right type of bullets? And am I shooting the right places? Am I, it's quite a strategic thing to bring down those foes. There's nothing really too strategic about the enemies that I was facing in Marathons, early levels, whatever. So that part wasn't really clicking for me either. As I said, they were threatening and they were challenging and they were making the game harder for sure, but they were really just like a resource drain for me rather than being something that I really engaged with on a strategic level. And I think the levels was the biggest thing. And now I've seen this third level. I haven't played it myself, but I've seen like video clips of this and I've seen what people are saying about this third level in Marathon. I think it's called Outpost. Dude, people are saying it's like the best multiplayer map released in the last like 15 years. They say it's incredible. And I don't doubt it because I've seen some of the footage and it really does look fantastic. And I'm like, fucking hell, Bungie, why did you not put that in the Server Slam?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you've got this incredible level to showcase how good your game is. Like, what was the logic behind not showcasing that, right? So I just feel like that Server Slam was clearly showing off like the worst part of the game, 2 levels that I don't think really worked that well. And, you know, obviously you didn't have a character that was at all progressed. Like, why wasn't the last day of the Server Slam, it gives you an unlocked character?
Yeah, like
so you could
free stuff.
Bunch of free stuff so you could feel that. And like, why didn't it have, you know, 6 hours of access on that new map so we could experience what that was like? And that to me, I think would have shown, because obviously you speak to diehard marathon fans and they are loving this game.
Yeah.
Man. Like, there's so much love for this game. But I will tell you that, like, and I know people are annoyed about hearing about player counts, but it's a reality of this business, man. You're running a live service game. You need people to play it. Yeah. The trend line's going down, man. It's going the wrong direction. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, why is that? And I personally think that, like, just the kickstart to this game, the way that it's like presented itself has not been good. And the way that it's onboarding people is obviously not working well enough. And right now you've got this really hardcore community who stepped into this knowing what it was from the Server Slam.
Went all in on it.
They went all in on it, right? And then you didn't get other people, other tourists who were like, who through word of mouth were encouraged to check it out. You know, and that was so much what I was saying in my preview. I was like, I really think that it needed to have some other stuff around it to help get people into this thing, because clearly it's a good game. Like, there's no doubt about that based upon the feedback that just so many people that I'm following and whatever else, they just say, bro, this is like one of the best multiplayer games, full stop, right? But obviously so many people are just choosing to nope out of it because Bungie hasn't given them enough reason to want to check it out, you know? So
yeah, it's hard too, because like, again, I came in playing it from like, I played the previous thing, I played the preview, then I played the Server Slam, then I played on launch. So I was already like pretty like, okay, I know what this is. Like, I'm going into it. So I don't have that perspective of coming in completely fresh. But yeah, in terms of getting players, like, it's a weird sell because it isn't like a super casualification of an extraction shooter.
Definitely
at all.
not.
It's
definitely
not. Which respect that they stuck to their guns with it.
Absolutely.
But
And I think, like, I definitely am not proposing that this game should have been less hardcore or anything like that. But again, it's just like, what are some things you can put around it to, like, again, trick people into this who have like self-selected out. And they said, that's not a game for me. And I think that was the genius of Arc Raiders.
The tutorial doesn't like, they have similar tutorials where it's kind of like, just go run, go run, and then pick up a thing. And then like, they're like, this is what the game is. But like the way Arc Raiders did it just felt very like cool. It kind of excited you about the world a little bit, and like showed you an enemy that like maybe you're gonna fight. Like
totally that.
Where Marathon didn't have that.
Absolutely agree.
And I think tutorial is like very key for these types of things.
So agree.
As short as they can be.
So and I say this because I love Bungie and I really want them to succeed and I really want this game to pop off and whatever. And I think it's vital because, you know, but like Destiny's getting like less than 10,000 concurrent players right now. Like it's absolutely cratered, you know? And so like, Marathon really needs to perform to like keep that studio afloat.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, like I'm hoping this, because they've got their new cryo level, which will open up pretty soon, which is like the end game stuff. People are pumped on that. Hopefully they do some like free weekend stuff to get some stuff going. Some like new content will roll out, obviously, with new seasons. Like my suspicion is that this game is going to like get and keep an audience. Like looking at the way that people are receiving it, like it seems like it's got those bones to do that.
Because you already have that thing where they change something and people get pissed.
The sound.
Yeah.
I can understand that. Again,
that's how you know people are into it.
That was something I noticed during the Server Slam. I was like, okay, this is a very different sound model versus like Arc Raiders and even Hunt Showdown.
Yeah.
Where
footsteps.
In those games, you can hear everything so clearly. Wasn't quite the same with Marathon, and that's because the maps are much smaller and they can't have you like hear what's going on at the other side of the map. Otherwise, it's just going to become a clusterfuck. And they've changed it, and that's exactly what's happened now. Now you can hear across the entire map, and everyone is just converging on any sound that's being made. Solo players are super pissed off about it because they're like, I can't do anything now because as soon as I fire my weapon, I've got 3 crews on me. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. But my priority when I get home is Crimson Desert. I'm going to smash that out, however long that takes. A long time, I imagine. But then after that, I'm just going to sit with Marathon for a long time and just like really sink into it and like really feel what that's like. And I'm really excited about it because, as I said, I wasn't feeling in the Server Slam, but seeing how much love there is for it after that, I'm all but certain that I'm going to feel the same way about it because, like, I don't know, I love Bungie games, man, and people are just saying like this is a really fantastic.
Bungie game. Like I have a lot of friends that are Bungie people, and they're all in on this. They just jump there, like, oh, cool, all right, let me check it out, and now this is what they play.
Yeah.
So it's like you guys, like you people, are cut from a very different cloth.
What do you mean?
Like,
what do you mean, you people?
You Bungie people. You modern Bungie people, right? Like it's very hard to understand, honestly. Like I still look at Destiny people and I don't get it. As much as I've jumped in and I've previewed every like update and season, and I'm like, okay. It's still hard to get. Yeah. So I'm excited to see how you fully unpack it. I'm looking forward to playing more because like I like the foundation, and I think I would like it more if like moment to moment player activity things, like things to do, are a little cooler because like the shooting's cool. At this point, I've really settled into, I like the art direction. I like the enemies. I like the weird weapons. I liked playing it with the lights off and having these weird UIs blast me in the face. Like it's cool. It feels different.
There's a lot of moths in that game.
A little too many weird moths doing like weird, like
eating things.
Yeah, in like 8K. Like I don't want to see that, man. Right. But it's weird. It's different. So like I like that they're leaning into that. Do more of that.
Yep.
And I'll be back in it eventually when I get out of the Crimson Desert Vortex.
That's it.
Sorry if I look distracted, by the way, because I haven't played Marathon, but also my cat's wandering around.
Cats are very active today.
I'm just looking at her.
Yeah.
Now she's looking at our asshole, so let's move on.
That's nice.
That's what they do.
There we go.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
What else we got? Is that
we got
is that an episode?
Show and tell if you want to do that.
Oh yeah, we can do that. You want to do that?
Yeah, for sure.
What have you got? You guys, you sound like you got something.
Excited.
A Night of the Seven Kingdoms.
Oh yeah,
the Game of Thrones spinoff show. Holy fuck! I love this. I am not a Game of Thrones guy.
Okay.
I read Song of Ice and Fire. I watched the first season. Fell off. Never really cared. This is completely standalone, and it is awesome.
Right. Okay.
It's like 6-7 episodes. The episodes are short.
Good.
And it is a very simple tale. It could be just a medieval, regular, like fairy tale, basically like a simple story. What if a dumb guy was trying to be nice? And everyone's like, you're stupid. And he's like, I want to be a hero. And they're like, you can't, you're stupid. And then he finds a little boy that wants to help him. Like he wants to be a squire because this guy is aspiring to be a knight. And the guy, this guy who wants to be a knight, the man he trained under was just this like old bumbling drunk. And it's like he knighted him, but like nobody believes him and nobody remembers that guy because he wasn't this epic hero. He was a knight. He had the knight qualities, but he wasn't an epic hero. So he's kind of like dealing with the shadow of that. And he has this little boy with him who has his own thing going on. And I just love it. It's like a Knight's Tale, kind of.
Okay.
Very much in terms of that type of thing, but grimier. And a little bit more like everybody's stupid and gross. Everybody farts and like shits their pants. Like it's just so like gross medievalness.
Did George write this?
It's based on a book that he wrote. It's like Duncan the Tall and
Egg. Yeah.
Okay.
And like the performances are great. The lead is great. It's giving big like Henry Kingdom Come.
Oh yeah,
energy,
sure.
But
just like a schlubby dude.
Yeah, he's just like, I'm trying to be nice. I don't know. You know?
Yeah, sure.
But it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
The fights. There's only like a little bit of action, but it's very good. And then the Game of Thrones stuff. It's kind of significant, and like it's good that I have that surface level, and I think it's like Game of Thrones now is so in the culture that most people have at least enough surface level. It's like, okay, Targaryens, okay, they're like the Malfoys, kind of like they're just like a bunch of like weird, you know,
the incestuous Malfoys.
Yeah. So like you just have like enough of that, and you're good. And I loved it, and it like feels very standalone, and it could end here. It could keep going. I know they're making a season 2.
Sure.
But just as its own thing, I loved it.
Okay,
I watched it like back to back. Highly recommend.
Nice.
Good
yeah, no,
cinema.
I've actually, Austin also watched it on our team and he raves about it. And I've heard nothing but good things. It's like really highly rated as well on IMDb. It's like
there was a whole war thing between
that's right.
the Breaking Bad fans
that's right.
because I think Night of the Seven Kingdoms like matched or was a higher rated episode than Ozymandias.
Oh, than Ozymandias. Yeah,
and
I can see
so
that.
then there was a bunch of review bombing from from Breaking Bad fans, and then the Night of the Seven Kingdoms fans did the same thing.
Right.
So
the young actor, though, the young actor that plays this little boy, this Egg is his name. Incredible, really good. And like when a child actor is good, it like makes all the difference. Like they're actually like, it's great. It's cool.
Yeah.
Really entertaining. Highly recommend it.
Nice.
On the plane over, actually, I watched Free Solo for the first time.
Oh,
Is this because you enjoyed Can so much?
Ken,
dude. Oh, I'm so glad you watched it. Yeah,
he is such a weirdo. He is a super weird dude, and his girlfriend is like the nicest, sweetest girl in the whole world, and like he is weird, intense. Man. He is intense and just like, but like the Free Solo, by the way, is the story, just in case you don't know, of this guy, a documentary, Alex Honnold, who's a rock climber who basically chose to climb El Capitan, which is in Yosemite. And it's just a sheer rock face that's like, I don't know how tall it is, but like it's too tall, okay? And no human should be climbing this without a rope. No human has climbed it without a rope. And he was like, well, I'm going to do that. And then it was incredible to watch it. And like I was so stressed out
How did they
watching.
film him?
They had set up all these crews in very specific spots and planned out where they're going to be at certain times to capture him and whatever else. But like, I was so unbelievably stressed out watching that. And I knew he was going to be okay because like, I know how it ends. But I was just like, the crew was crying at times while they were watching him at certain points. And I was like, I get you, man. I feel it too. Is he going to be okay? And I'm like, you know, incredibly stressful and just so... I was just like, this is so unnecessary. You've got such a nice girl waiting for you at home, man. Just go back to her. You know, she wants to marry you. Just go be with her, man. You know, because like at one point, you know, like one of his friends dies doing exactly this. You know, and then like he has like a wife or whatever, and this Alex guy is talking to his girlfriend about that, and then Alex just goes, well, what about this other guy's wife? He's like, well, what did she expect? You know, like, of course he was going to die doing this. And she's like, what did she expect? What do you mean, what did she expect? What the fuck does that mean?
Jesus.
Imagine your friend and colleague dies doing the same thing that you're doing. Like, imagine you died gaming. What would I do?
How would you die gaming?
I mean, well, what did she expect? Like,
but like it was really fascinating, and they did like brain scans on him, and like his amygdala doesn't fire off. He's like,
there it is.
He's like he's like what?
Your amygdala not firing, so he's not getting the fear.
He's not getting any fear responses.
No fear responses.
The only time in the entire thing where this guy's like truly happy is after he's done the climb. He's like, it was so like, and watching it. Actually, after playing Can, you could definitely see how it would have influenced Can, because like he's also filling in a survey at certain points, and it's kind of like, you know, random questions like, oh, would you say you're someone that is okay with confrontation? He's like, yeah. You say someone that's easily distracted? Yeah. And then he's like, and the question is like, are you depressed? And he's like, huh. It just pauses on that one, you know?
Yeah.
And you definitely get the feeling that this guy is moving through life broadly miserable, except when he's on that mountain face and climbing, you know? So like really fascinating. And again, if you've like played Can or you're interested in that and you hadn't watched Free Solo before, go and do it. It's a really fascinating companion piece that like really deepened my understanding of Can as a game, but also it's just like a crazy thing that this human being did, which is just like unbelievable. He climbed this rock face in 3.5 hours. Like when you see this, when you see the size of this thing, it's just unbelievable that any human being could do that. Like crazy. Anyway,
I recommend watching back the Netflix thing he did.
Yeah, was that him as well? It was the same guy, right?
It's jarring in terms of how it's done. Like it's shot like a live sports event, so there's like commentators and it cuts back. It sucks, but it's him, and he just climbs a weird skyscraper in Taipei.
But like I imagine, and I don't know anything about this world, but I imagine that would be way easier.
It is. It's literally
it's like
straight
this
up
structured thing with like very specific.
It's still absolutely insane. And there's parts where he has to free hang. You know, like when there's like a gap this way, and you got to go, whoop, whoop, you know. And he just does it, and then they keep cutting back to his wife. They're just like filming him, and she's just like, at this point, she's just like, yeah, whatever. Like.
She definitely was not, whatever. In Free Solo. She was like in tears half the time and like couldn't watch.
Honestly, it's just nice to see him continue to do his thing and like get paid. I'm like, good for you, man. Like,
yeah, I guess. I want him to stop doing that thing. Don't do that thing, man. Just go and be with your wife. She seems very nice. You can be very happy together.
Isn't it weird though? Like just the way the world is structured and everything. Like for him to do something like that, like don't you think like if someone does something like that, like they climb El Capitan, then like they should just be fine for the rest of their life. Like that's it.
Some money should just there should be a pot of gold at the top, and
Like,
he's like,
you don't have
hey,
to
I
go
got
Quest
it.
complete.
That's right.
You don't need to go to work or pay taxes.
Achievement unlocked at the bottom, and then he just like gets a check out of it.
Unbelievable.
Sure.
Yeah.
No, I agree. It's true.
I went to Chicago.
Okay.
All right. Good town.
I'd never been before. It was a friend's birthday. And we went, and I basically just had the best meal of my life.
Oh yeah, I wanted to ask you about this.
Yeah, so I went to a place called Ever.
It was a Michelin star.
Two.
Yeah.
And it was in the Bear. There's a whole episode of the Bear about this place.
Okay.
And so me and my friends, we have a thing where every quarter we get a fancy dinner of various, like usually a tasting menu of various prices, of various, places and styles and whatever. Ever is like become the new hotness. There's another place in Chicago. It begins with an A. I forget what it's called, but that was the other like really good restaurant. And we were like picking between the two because it was his 40th birthday. And we're like, okay, we'll do Ever. Fucking hell. So, I mean, I love food. Don't we all? But I used to have a lot of aversions to certain foods. Like I would hate mushrooms or I'd hate tomatoes or something. And so whenever I go to a fancy restaurant, I will put that aside because I know that this will be the best way to experience whatever food that is. Love my mum, but she would just boil every vegetable.
Oh yeah, same. Yeah, same.
I didn't have a good...
I didn't discover Brussels sprouts until I was a man.
Me either. I was literally just supposed to say Brussels sprouts with I mean, there was one Christmas, God love her. She cooks the Brussels sprouts and then put them on the plate. And they were like bullets in the middle. She didn't read the recipe where it says cut in half.
Nice.
Anyway, so every time I go to a restaurant, I'll always eat everything. It was like 9 courses.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh my God. Just every single thing about it. It would be like, there was like a beautiful, like a sorbet. There was beef. There was a mushroom dish that was just outrageous. There was a soup. There was like a fish and everything about it.
It's always hard with these, but like with that type of meal. But like, can you point to which thing was your favorite of the whole thing?
I think the the wagyu was wagyu, but like I honestly think the mushroom is one of the best things I've ever eaten.
Nice.
No way.
Yeah.
As someone who had
A
aversion to
mushroom
mushrooms.
hater.
Okay.
But the other thing is that like we got the wine pairing.
Yeah.
And I have such a huge respect for people who love things and who are articulate and excited to tell you about them. Our sommelier, I think his name was Luke. He was fantastic. And he would like tell stories and he was like, this wine, for example, is like so good that people used to ask for it on their deathbed because the winery's been around for 400 years. Like we were taking pictures of every single bottle.
Yeah, right.
And he was like, we only have 6 bottles of this one. The menu changed every week. Sorry.
Yeah.
Usually in a restaurant, like
It's forever. Yeah.
no, or even like if it does change, it's monthly, but
Yeah.
weekly.
It's crazy.
So at the end, they were like really nice. The food was incredible. The wine pairing was unbelievable. And then at the end, we're getting ready to go, and they went, "Do you want a tour of the kitchen?"
Oh, that's so cool.
And it was so special. And I've just never had like, actually, for my birthday last year, a user, I think his name is Dang, recognized us, and it was so sweet. And so that was one of our fancy supper things as well, where we got like a nice meal. And so there was a place here in Oakland,
cool,
called Mama, I believe, or Mom. Anyway, so they gave us this tour of this kitchen, and it was just like, just seeing them, like the masters at work.
Were they all yelling at each other?
No, but the thing.
Not when you're in there. They probably do that when they're
they were
out.
just
Yeah.
very polite. Actually, no, because you could see into the kitchen. Sort of.
Okay.
There was
So
like
they're
a
all-
slatted wall. They weren't yelling.
Sure.
The thing that got us as well is that sometimes you do these like meals, and it's a very privileged thing, and like we budget for it. Like we do it. It's a whole thing. It's like we never get gifts for each other. We do this.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah. We'd rather have an experience rather than. And sometimes you do like a fancy meal, and the wine pairing is either like too quick, like they just want to get you out of there, blah, blah, blah. And we mentioned like the pacing was perfect. And they were like, oh, it's because he's like watching. Like with an iPad.
There's like a guy.
No, to make
like a
sure.
Friday Night Freddy's
No,
thing,
but it's like, that's,
cams on you.
it's the thing. It's like he's making sure that you're all like finished your wine and like no one is
Dude,
up and going to the bathroom.
That's crazy. I love that.
And so it was just like a
That's
really
nuts.
incredible night. And I will be thinking about that meal for a very long time.
There we go.
Because all roads lead back. I went on their Instagram page, and like a year ago, Nine Inch Nails did.
They were
There's a
there.
picture of Nine Inch Nails on the opposite side of where we took our
Wow.
picture.
So it all is
And I was
eventually it has to come back to Nine Inch Nails.
It does.
That's
Everything
loose.
comes back to Nine Inch
Everything.
Nails.
The very we hadn't
But I
mentioned
didn't know
we
it.
hadn't
I
mentioned
didn't-
them this episode, so we had to mention them at the
the
very end.
obligatory.
You know?
I'm
Yeah,
going to see him on Sunday.
That's right.
Of course you are.
We show this this fucking thing here. We show this
You
candle. Can we read? Does that read? Does it zoom in? This is Lucy's candle that we found, which reads for the listeners, smells like she's listening to Nine Inch Nails again.
That was a
So,
birthday gift.
That's a flavor.
Perfect.
Also, I mean, hey, if you're going to do a Nine Inch Nails thing, you can show them my
Oh
fucking.
yeah, here we go. I'll let you show
Talk
them.
about real show and tell.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
Went to Comic-Con last year and I got one of the 2500 Tron Aries
cool.
as alive as you need me to be. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive.
Dude, I want to throw it. I mean, I don't, but I do. You totally want to throw it.
You come to my house.
It's so cool.
Anyway, that's me.
No.
I will never
That's
financially
us.
recover from this.
No.
Good luck. That's a podcast.
That is a podcast.
Wow, we did it.
Yeah, nice to be in person.
It's
Yeah.
so good, right?
It's so much easier.
Also, Ralph, I'm really glad you didn't die.
That's
from
true. Well, the
cat.
drugs helped.
You got through
The
it.
purifier is on.
We got to do that thing with the roller thing that when I leave.
Don't worry, I got it out.
Yeah,
Yep,
definitely. You got people
Otherwise, I'm going to take this shit home with me. In my luggage.
Trapped on a plane.
yeah.
Chip damage.
Totally chip damage. I need a cigar. But no, it's been great. Thank you for hosting us, Lucy. Love
Yeah,
the
thank
house.
you. Yeah, your house is
Cats were
great.
well behaved. Everyone was chill. It was all good.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think if GDC happens next year, which people wonder if it will.
I think it'll happen next year. It's the year after.
Okay, right. Well, then I'll definitely come back and we'll do it again. So yeah. But I'm going to try and get to the show floor now. That's my plan.
Yeah.
Next in person will be maybe Summer Game Fest, right?
Fest.
You're going?
Definitely. Oh,
Yep.
dude.
Yeah,
Of course.
okay.
Yeah, I booked my flights to Summer Games like October last year or some shit.
Nice.
And then I was just like hoping that Jeff scheduled it at this time that I booked.
Oh, you like
Did
that
he?
on?
Yeah, I bet on it.
Nice.
He did.
Good,
So
good,
it was all good.
All right.
Because it's always actually, if you look at the calendar, it's actually been the same time every year for the last 3-4 years.
Yeah.
So I was like, I lucked out.
Good.
Well,
Yeah,
That'll be it for us.
that's it. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Thank you guys for
And
listening.
thank you for the sponsors. And
Let us know what your favorite video game is in the comments. And,
but now I want to hear from you guys.
Yeah, that's what we think. But now I want to hear from you. Wherever you comment or favorite or like, we appreciate it.
We do.
We see it all. Spotify, etc., etc. Thank you very much. We'll see you guys in another 2 weeks. But for now, tie your shoes and go to bed.